Jenna.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you and I can see you. You are now connected from your computer, correct?
Yes, thank goodness.
Okay. No
Thank
problem. No problem. Just waiting for, we got disconnected, so I'm waiting for Stacy and hang on. Hello. Okay, Dr. Jenna, they're going to be joining us in probably less than 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay, no problem. And tell me your name.
Darlene Brown.
Hi, Darlene. Finally, nice to
Hi.
meet you.
Nice to meet you also. I am just your host for tonight. So Cheryl is going to pretty much lead. I believe that you're going to have 10 minutes as well as Martin Senka. And I'm waiting on one other person to join us. And
Okay,
then, so we shouldn't be more than an hour and a half, okay?
okay,
Sorry
perfect.
about that, Cheryl.
Oh, that's okay. Hey.
Hey,
Hey. Okay.
Hi, Dr. Jenna Dyson.
how are you?
Good.
I haven't seen you in forever.
I know. I don't know why I hear an echo on my end. That's going to drive me crazy.
You speaking through your headset or through you have a headset on, but did you check to see?
If
So so we can just do a real quick round. We've got probably about 5 minutes. Charles, 8:57. I'm hoping Martin will come back in. A minute. Okay, there he is.
did we have we heard from Precious?
No, we have not. I did send the invitation a second time into this one, so if you want to maybe give her a call or send her a Facebook message,
All right,
tell her it's going to be coming from Charles Champion.
alrighty. Let's see. I think she's on my phone. Ooh, I'm so bad about saving people's numbers. Just terrible.
I
I'm gonna get
I
better.
am.
know.
I am too.
And I'm going to go ahead and open up with the Change Travel group so that that's where they're going to be posting at, right?
I think Cheryl muted us
She
for me.
muted me. Yeah, she did. I see that. Okay.
Holla.
Who is that?
I'm sorry, that was my little.
She said, "Holla."
He is home for vacation for like 2 days, so he would just
Oh,
give a shout out to the people.
yeah. I'm not mad at him.
I just had my son do the same thing.
Lord have mercy. No, no little people in my house. Just me, myself, and I. It's okay though. Cheryl, I think she still has us muted. Okay.
King Archibald is my boyfriend, so okay, how do I do that? Okay, I just did. Okay, so let me get myself together, and then I'm gonna talk. So, okay.
Hi, Precious.
Hey, let me get my clothes on.
Okay, Cheryl. It's okay.
Hey,
Just tell
hey, I'm
Cheryl,
sorry. I was talking to.
I need about 5 minutes. I'm on the phone with Che. Okay.
That's perfect.
Okay.
Y'all gonna laugh. Precious did not know this was video.
You know what? About an hour ago, it clicked that this is video.
I'm so sorry. I guess maybe I should have
Yes.
said that.
So I totally.
She over there butt naked with no makeup on.
Oh Lord.
I'm
What
scared.
for?
She in her pajamas, chilling. Tell my girl, I thought I was just talking. No, honey. A hangout, you got to have makeup on, and at least the top half of you got to look right.
Yeah. At least.
So we're gonna. I'll let I'm saying Darlene. No, Jenna, you're gonna be kicking us off.
What? Yay!
Come on.
Come on, well. So yes, Dr. Jenna Dyson is gonna kick us off. Then we'll let Precious go second.
Okay. So will Darlene open the call, or you're gonna open it?
She'll open it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, she and I are gonna open it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. Now, let me get your full name again.
Yeah. It's Jenna.
I lost. I heard Jenna, but I didn't hear the last part.
Jenna Dyson.
Dyson, Dr. Jenna Dyson. Got it. A pleasure to meet you virtually.
Yes. Finally, nice to meet you.
Yes, indeed. We're family. I must start singing the song. We are family. You know, you connected to Cheryl and your family. Okay.
I told y'all I literally walked in the door about 5 minutes ago. This is
Okay.
my family day. I was hanging out with the kids at Sky Zone. We up on the trampolines, jumping and carrying on. I ran to the door. I was like, okay, I got to wash my face, put some makeup on, and iron the top half of my dress.
Well, you look amazing.
No one would ever know.
We make it look easy, but it ain't.
Okay. Well, I flew in last night, and when I got here, my AC is out, and I'm in Texas.
Woo!
Yeah. So I'm looking all country with my box fans. Went to Walmart to get some box fans until the repairmen can get here.
Oh.
My goodness.
So, yeah. So every time I'm asked to speak on something, I'm tested on that. So this mental stamina for success is real. This is real tonight.
Hey, Martin, how hot is it where you are in Del Rio?
About 102 right now.
Oh, my
Whoa.
God. Y'all can have that.
That's like it is in my house. It's 90 degrees right now. So.
Oh, I've been there.
So y'all bear with me if I start sweating.
That's all right, because Stacy got a fan. I got a fan.
I got my fan on.
So do I. My baby boy was in here setting it up for me like, Mommy, is this blowing on you right?
Hey. All right, ladies. Hello. How are you? Is everyone with us?
We are here.
We are here, and we are live. We are live. So, hello. I sent you a Facebook message, Cheryl, if you get a chance to look at that. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this great Google Hangout we're having tonight. I'm really excited. I am Darlene Brown, and you know me from Head Ladies in Charge, hanging out with Stacy NC Grant. I'm a speaker and a coach. Divine Empowerment is my company, but we're not here to talk about me today. We are here to hear from some of the amazing, and I do mean amazing speakers that are going to be featured at the, get this, Playtime is over. Cheryl Underwood. Cheryl Woods is having a conference October 31st and November 1st in Virginia. And she's going to take this opportunity to tell us a little bit about it, but she has an amazing lineup of speakers. It's a 2-day conference. I don't know if there's any tickets left because last I heard it was a sold-out event. So it was a sold-out event, but if it's a possibility that she will be able to get some extra tickets, you want to make sure that you're watching. I'm going to bring Cheryl on to just kind of talk a little bit about the Playtime is over. Cheryl, are you out there?
I'm here.
Hi, sis. How you doing?
Hey, I'm fantastic. I'm wonderful, excited, fired up.
I know that's right. Fired up. I am too. You have this vision that you have for this conference. I remember meeting with you in Starbucks, and you was like, yeah, I'm going to do this 2-day conference. I remember that. And here we are. I mean, this is one of the reasons why I just love her. And she doesn't just talk to people about how they can achieve their goals, but she's actually out there achieving her own. Because I remember her saying she was going to do this 2-day conference, and here we are. It's already set. She has the location. She has the date. So, Cheryl, tell our listening audience out there a little bit about this vision. The Playtime is over.
Well, first, let me say this. You know that Darlene is a coach because when we were sitting at Starbucks, supposed to be chilling, having coffee, and I mentioned the conference, she started asking me about all this stuff. Well, do you have this? And what's your plan for this? And what is this? And I was like, what am I being coached? I said, I'm around the right women. People who are pushing me to play bigger. But the whole Playtime is over. It's not just a fancy word or a little cute saying. It really defines a movement of my mission to empower women to build the confidence to pursue their dreams with belief that through consistency and never giving up and the right strategies that they can actually help that dream to manifest. And then the second part of that is really to equip women with the tools that will support them in manifesting the dream. So when we say Playtime is over, kind of the subtitle of that is don't waste another minute. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Don't waste another minute with excuses and why you're not moving forward, why you're not pursuing the business, why you're staying held hostage to your current reality instead of walking in the greatness that you were born to walk in.
Wow, that is awesome. You heard her say, walk in the greatness that you were born to walk in. I am exactly excited. I am extremely excited, Cheryl, because I believe that you, like you said, when you mentioned this to me, I went right in for asking the questions because I just knew, that Playtime is over. Like she said, you were going to make that happen. And I'm so excited to see it come into fruition. So congratulations from me to you. Very excited to see it all come. And I know that just feels so good to have a vision, to give birth to a vision, and then actually watch it come into manifestation. So congratulations to you. So we have a lineup of some of the speakers that are going to be speaking at the 2-day conference, right?
We do. We're still working on Dr. Jenna Dyson. She's a international traveler. So to get her books, we got to make sure we can pencil her in. But everybody else we have confirmed. The amazing Stacy NC Grant just confirmed that she will be our mistress of ceremonies. And let me tell you, I was doing the happy dance, my church dance, because this sister stays booked. And I mean, she is all over the place with people like Les Brown and George Frazier and Susan Taylor and all these amazing folks. And she said yes to coming on board for this event. So we are blessed to have her in our presence for 2 days, where she is going to run the show. She's going to bring a level of excitement that nobody else can do it, plain and simple. We had to have her, and we are so happy that she said yes. And then we have, the sizzling hot Martin Saka. What can I say? He's down in Del Rio, Texas. It's 102 degrees, and it's 9 o'clock at night. So he's going to bring the fire, some of that Del Rio, Texas fire, to talk to us about his journey and how he's been implementing this idea of playtime is over and eliminating excuses. And, of course, Precious Williams of Curvy Girl Lingerie. I love saying it like that because she has that type of an accent. You're going to hear when she talks today, and she brings a level of energy that nobody can duplicate, period. She brings a level of excitement about everything that she does. And when you meet her, when you come into her space, as Martin says, you will never leave the same. And then, of course, my sister, Jenna Dyson, Dr. Jenna Dyson. Again, we're trying to get penciled in on her schedule, but she's here with us tonight. She's been a part of some of the things that I've been doing with speakers across the country, and she's making her mark. And we are just excited to have her tonight.
Okay, well, I'm excited just to hear from them, and I know this is just a taste, just a little taste. It's kind of like the appetizer, right?
That's
just
right.
a little taste of what you can expect on this amazing 2-day conference that's going to be held October 31st and November 1st. You don't want to miss it. As you already said, the beautiful, talented, just empowering woman, Stacy NC Grant, my sister, will be the mistress of ceremony, and just an amazing group of speakers. So you want to make sure that you go. What's the website? I just want to put that out there before we get started on our hangout. It's PTIO, right? .com. That's
PTIOconference.com.
PTIOconference.com. That's where you want to go so that you can get the tickets if you haven't already. And we're going to get ready to get started. So if you are joining us, let me officially say welcome and thank you for joining us this Sunday night. If you have never experienced a Google Hangout, well, I'd like you to get your notebooks and your pens and get ready. Turn the TV off, turn it down. You want to be ready to take some notes because I know these speakers are going to share some amazing jewels, some information that will empower you, that will inspire you, that you can actually take and apply to your day-to-day life so that you can improve in your life and in your business. We want to do that. If you are watching us, we will be chatting with you through the elusive exclusive Che and Trevor private Facebook group. It is out there on Facebook. If you are not currently a member, you can request to join. Just go in the upper left-hand corner of your top of your internet where you see the Facebook icon and you put in Che and Trevor. That will take you to the page. That is where we're going to have all of our discussions, welcome you, answer any questions, hear what your takeaways are as you hear these speakers share their information. That's where it's going to be done. So make sure that you go right over. In fact, one of the ways that you can do it if you're watching right now, if you go above where you see this broadcast, you will see the Facebook icon. And that will allow you to share this out with your community. All those people that you're friends with and connected with on Facebook, you want them to be able to join in and hear from these speakers. You want them to get this information as well. So be sure that you do that, or just click the link below the video. Either one, and you will be able to connect with us. So without further ado, you can go to www.virtualnetworklive.com. That's the website, www.virtualnetworklive.com. So without further ado, let me go over and see who we have joining us, because we are now live. If you are out there, what I would like you to do, I'd like you to tell me who you are. Put your name out in there. Say hello. Tell me what you do. So this is what we call our social media flash mob. I love it. It was created by a great person I know in marketing, Trevor Otts. And this is an opportunity for you to share with those who are going to be watching, as well as me, who you are. What do you do? What is your business? So tell me your name. If you're out there watching us, give me your name and tell me what you do and put that out there. We're going to take a little bit of time. And while we do that, I'd like to hear a little bit from Stacy. Stacy, are you out there? Oh,
Yes.
I think we have. Yes. Hi, sis.
Hey, first of all, I am so excited. I'm getting to hang out with some of my favorite people on the planet.
Yes.
I tell you, I am on fire. I'm so, first of all, my sister Darlene, anytime we get to work together and play together, it is just an absolute blessing. You are just beyond a treasured sister. You know, everybody, when you see us working and doing, Darlene's heart is so big. The essence of who she is so authentic, and I'm just blessed to have her in my life. But then let me get on to the bad mama jamma in the house.
I know, right?
I'll tell you, Miss Cheryl Wood. I talked about it yesterday. I keep saying it over and over again. The reason why she's seeing the success that she's seeing is that she is serious. Playtime is really over. And it's not just about Cheryl's achievements. She is so committed to helping those that she works with get to that new level of success. That's why she will always be blessed. That's why she's going to be on bigger and broader platforms than even she understands and realizes, because she is walking in her divine assignment. She is living by example. That playtime is over. I just love it. Every time I hit, I'm like, pow, pow, playtime is over. I'm eating hot peppers on a fork. When I get down there to Virginia, it won't be the same, because I'm bringing all I got to make sure that everybody playtime is over, baby.
Ooh, I know. She said that. Right. I'm like, exactly. And she's the mistress of ceremony, so need I say more? You want to make sure that you are there and you feel that energy over this virtual network. Imagine what it's going to be like today at the conference. Definitely. So we got some people out there. I want to welcome you, John McClung. Hello. He is the owner of I Am a Testimony clothing collection. Welcome. So glad that you could join us tonight. I actually got my gift. Thank you so much for sending that to me. Who else do we have out there? Michelle Collins from Hampton, Virginia. Welcome. So happy that you can join us tonight. She says, hello, everyone. She is a real estate. Hampton with Beacon Properties Real Estate. So she is a associate broker. You in the market to buy a home, you want to make sure that you connect with her, but you got to be in the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group. Hey, who else do we have out there?
Let's see. I'm gonna go. I put on my glasses, Darlene. So
you put on your glasses so that you could go out there, see. I know Takesha is watching. Hi, Takesha Chambliss. How you doing, sweetie? I know she's out there.
She's always out there.
Yes, she is. Daryl Mack is out there. Hello, Daryl Mack. So glad to see that you could join us tonight.
Oh, I think Mia Zachary is in the house as well.
Hey, Mia. How are you? Yes,
another
she is.
Beautiful sister friend, I tell you. Okay,
Yes.
Michelle Collins Hampton. Did you announce Melissa Jenkins in the house?
No. Hi, Melissa. How are you? Welcome to tonight's Google Hangout. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, she saw Cheryl yesterday in another broadcast. See, Cheryl, everybody is just attracted to your message. They understand playtime is over. Go ahead and share it out. Go on the top of this page tonight. It's on and popping. You don't even understand who's here. There's a gentleman, Martin Saker. You want to make sure you let people know that you're in the house. You don't even understand Dr. Dyson. I just got a little tidbit from Dr. Dyson. I'm like, ooh, I'm feeling her already. We got to get it going.
Okay. Yes.
People are here. And
Precious. I know. Precious is on with us, right?
Yes. You hear me?
Ready? Precious, I just love your name, Precious, because that's what my grandma called me, Precious. And
Thank you.
I'm just excited because everybody is fired up and ready to go. If you didn't tell anybody, I don't care what they're doing, tell them to turn off the TV, turn off the radio,
Let's do it.
hangout, the messages that will be shared tonight, playtime is over. And if they keep getting the same results that they've always got, it's because they're not investing in doing the things with their time that they should be. But I'm going to calm down for a minute. Let me see.
I was going to say, okay. We also have someone who just joined the Private Elusive Exclusive. I want to welcome her. And her name is Marsha Baker. Hello, Marsha Baker. Welcome to the Private Elusive Exclusive Trevor and Shay Facebook group, where you get all kinds of goodies from all kinds of amazing people. I have to honestly say that. I mean, anybody who's ever hung out with them, they know it might be go late into the night, but you will definitely, it will be worth your time. Absolutely, it'll be worth it. Every time. They will never disappoint. So we got Regina. Regina just joined the group. Hello, Regina. Welcome. I'm so excited. If you're out there.
Hey, Darlene.
Yes.
Darlene, I got to say something about that. Let me tell you, it was hilarious. So when I invited these 3 speakers who have all been clients of mine to be a part of this platform, they said, okay, so what time we coming on? We just want to make sure we ain't coming on at 3 a.m. because Precious is a lawyer. She got a court date tomorrow, and Dr. Dyson got to get a flight in the morning. I burst out laughing.
Yes.
They said, I just want to make sure. Is it 3 o'clock that I'm coming on? I said, well, there's somebody named Martin Saker who blew it up at 3 o'clock.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Woo! I tell you, but you know what, Cheryl? That's how you know when people really want it. When they like, yes, but no, we're not going to be here at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Not tonight.
Tonight. But just know that when you do have to stay up to 3 o'clock in the morning with them, it's definitely worth it. You get so much. It's more than worth it. It's one of those sacrifices I say it's worth it because you get blessed with so much information. And tonight, yes, we're not going to go to 3 a.m., but you will also be blessed with these amazing messages from these speakers. You will hear from Cheryl Wood. You will hear from Stacy NC Grant, who's the mistress of ceremony. And I'm really excited to be able to host this. So I think we're going to just look at a couple more people that are out there, and then we're going to get started. I'm going to turn it over to you. Dakisha is in the house, and she's ready to learn. She's here for her daily bread, she says. We have Annette Jarrett Whittington from Chicago, Illinois. She's a mental health advocate sharing her personal lived experience. We got some people out there. Remember, if you're out there, I want you to post your name and tell us what you do, where you're from. We have Marsha Coleman in the house. Hello, Marsha. And, of course, Mia is in the house, and Michelle. John, yeah, they're out there just excited. Cynthia Thomas is there. Thanks so much for joining us. Melissa Jenkins is there. Playtime is over, she says, Cheryl. So, are you ready? Cheryl, I don't even know what to I'm just going to say. We are ready to rock and roll. We got Tiffany Reynolds just asked to join the group. Remember, if you're out there and you want others to be able to hear this information, you can share. Go to virtualnetworking.com, and that will actually access virtualnetworkinglive.com. That'll access the actual live, and that'll put you into the Private Elusive Exclusive Che and Trevor Facebook group. I'm going to go one more time. Let me see if I got any. Oh, did you see that, Martin? You know your 3 a.m. girl, she shouted you out. Mia said hello.
I saw that.
Yes. That's part of that crew that don't sleep.
That's right.
They get it done. And we have Elizabeth Warren Russell from Lindenhurst, New York. Hello, Elizabeth. Welcome. So happy that you can join us on this Sunday night. The time is now 9:24. I am going to turn it over to the visionary, the woman who saw this, and I'm so happy that I was actually, I guess you could say privy. God let me get the inside scoop about this conference coming in, so I'm really happy to see that happen. I want to make sure that everyone knows where they will be able to post their questions and comments. You want to go to the Private Elusive Exclusive Che and Trevor Facebook group. If you are not a member, you want to go to virtualnetworkinglive.com and click that, and that will take you directly into the group. You can ask to join. I am out there. I will be monitoring your questions, and Cheryl as well. Here's the beautiful thing. Everybody that you see, they have access to that group. So they're going to be able to, even after we finish this hangout, they're going to be able to stay engaged with you. And that's one of the reasons why I absolutely love doing Google Hangouts. I love how it allows us to connect. You know, they say it's now a global economy, right? So living in a global world on a global economy, you want to be able to connect to people globally. This is the way that we do it, and I love that. And so I'll be out in the private group commenting. I'm actually going to go out there and post my information as well, Cheryl. But we're going to get started. We are coming up to the 9:30 hour. And Cheryl, why don't you go ahead and introduce our first speaker? You want to tell our audience a little bit about?
Absolutely. You can hear me fine, right?
I can hear you fine.
All right, let's get it started. Welcome, 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 everyone. I'm super excited about this hangout where we get to share more information with you about the upcoming Playtime is Over 2-day Women in Business Conference. When I tell you it's going to be sizzling hot, when I tell you you're going to have connections, networking with people of positive like minds, you're going to get strategies for moving your business forward. You are going to come into this space and learn how to stop being broke, busted, and disgusted in your business. How do you actually attract and magnetize the right clients to you? How do you balance yourself with your business and your family? How do you create a circle of influence of people who recognize you as a credible expert? We're going to talk about all of those great things at this conference. We're going to dig deep, not just talk about, not just surface. We're going to dig deep. And so tonight, I'm honored to have some of our presenters who are going to be at the conference here tonight, just to give you a little itty bitty taste of what you're going to get. As Darlene mentioned, the amazing, the incomparable, the one and only mistress of ceremonies of all mistress of ceremonies, Stacy NC Grant, is going to grace us with her presence at this conference. Again, the dates are October 31st and November 1st. Check it out at PTIOconference.com. So that's a treat in itself. So I know y'all running over to the site now to get your ticket just because Stacy's going to be in the building. And really, she brings a level of excitement and enthusiasm and passion that literally I've never seen or experienced before. So when she said yes to us asking her to be a part of this vision, that yes was like, it made me want to do my church happy dance. I'm not even going to show y'all what the happy dance looks like, but just know a sister was very excited because I want to bring you the best. And Stacy NC Grant is the best. Now, this first speaker that I'm going to introduce to you, we connected, I think, initially through social media. And then she actually came on board for my Sizzle Speakers 10-week speaker training intensive, and she knocked it out of the park. She quickly grasped the teachings and took it out there into the marketplace, and now she is just blowing up. As a matter of fact, we just shared the speaker stage together on a massive telesummit called Fabulous New Life just this past week, and just to see her soar in her greatness and to share her story and her message it's a wonderful thing. You know, it's something. Maya Angelou has this quote, and she says, when you learn, teach. When you get, give. And that's what Dr. Jenna Dyson is doing. She is giving and she's teaching based on her own life experiences, based on her own struggles, and now she's giving back to show someone else that it's possible to be resilient, it's possible to keep standing, it's possible to develop a mental stamina to get what you really want. So without further ado, she is here all the way from Houston, Texas. Dr. Jenna Dyson, you have the floor, lady.
Thank you. Good evening, and thank you, Darlene, for being such a phenomenal host tonight. You are amazing, sister. I cannot wait so I can finally meet you in person. And to my coach, my friend, my mentor, Cheryl, I love you. Girl, you don't know what you have in store. You are phenomenal, and you will continue to receive increase in your life because of the way that you pour into people like me and everybody else. So thank you so much for allowing me to share this platform tonight. I got my timer going so I can stay on time. So good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Jenna, founder of thinkyourwayup.com, and I teach people how to develop healthy mental habits. Not only do I teach it, but I live it, because tonight it is real. I am going on 6 days of Team No Sleep, so let's start there. I also am right here in Houston, Texas, with no AC. I came in last night from a late flight and walked in, and my AC is out. So my house right now is 90 degrees. I got box fans going, looking real country right now, but it's all good because I'm here, and I know that it's not about me, but it's about you. So excuse me if you hear the wind blowing or if you see my hair flying like Beyonce, but it don't even matter because I'm going to bring it tonight because mental stamina is so real. When I tell you every time I'm asked to speak on something, I'm tested about that very same subject that I've been asked to teach. Because if I'm real right now, I'm tired. Like I said, I haven't had no sleep in 6 days. My baby is home for 2.5 days before he leaves again. I got tons of follow-up to do. I am sleepy. I am hot. I feel like I'm about to melt because y'all know chocolate melts when it gets hot. But I have to be here because I know that everything that I have gone through, everything that I'm going through, and everything that I will go through is really to help someone else so that you don't stay stuck where you're at. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So when we talk about mental stamina, most of the time when we think of the term stamina, we think of it in terms of physical endurance. So mental stamina is really developing the strength, the energy, and the endurance that you need from a mental standpoint in order to go forward on the journey. So when you think about starting a business or you think about taking your business to the next level, it's all about really your mindset. We all go to it because we want to make a difference, we want to make some money, we want to get wealthy. But in that process, the first thing that's happened is that you must be developed personally. Before you can even reach your clients, reach your audience, serve and do whatever, you have to become the person that you want others to be. So let's just start there. So mental stamina, it's not about them, but it's about you developing what I call those mental habits. So when I teach mental stamina, I teach it in a way that we look at it from 3 different perspectives. So there's 3 points. So if you got your pen, got your paper, I want you to write this down. You ready? Okay. The first thing you have to do is think up. If you're not thinking up, then you're thinking down. There's no other direction that you can go in. So you think up by creating the future that you want in your mind first. You see, Cheryl didn't get to this conference by simply saying, I'm having this conference. She visualized it first. She laid out how she wanted it to look, who she wanted to be there, the message she wanted that people to receive, as well as the type of women and men from across the country that she wanted to be at this conference. So she created that vision first in her mind by starting with the end in mind. So wherever you're at right now, I know that you may be tired, you may be frustrated, you may be feeling like every door that you're knocking on is getting closed, every opportunity is getting passed by you. My brother and my sister, let me tell you, I've been there, and probably every single person on this call tonight has been there. And it's at this moment that you have to keep your goal in mind and you have to continue to push through. So start with where you want to be. Start there. And then work back. Do the things that you have to do to get there. Don't get stuck up on how you're going to get there, because let me tell you, we were never created and put on this earth to figure out the how. We were only created to stand in our purpose and to align. And when you do that, your gift will truly make room for you. You will attract the people that need to be in your life. Doors will open for you to walk through. But it all starts with your mindset. If every time an opportunity is passed by and you start doubting yourself, doubting your business, doubting the dream and vision that God has given you, you will never get to that place. So it starts with you performing what I call daily mind checks. Yes, daily mind checks. Because I know if I can see you right now, you're looking at me like, what in the world is she talking about? Mind checks. The same way you go to the dentist and you have your teeth examined, the same way you go to a medical doctor and you get physical checks, sometimes you have to stop and you have to check your mind. You have to check your thoughts. What are those things that you are thinking and feeding yourself every single day? The minute you start discounting where you are and negating your past, that's the minute that you start minimizing where you're going to be in the future. So every single time that you start thinking negative, I want you to stop and I want you to reframe that and start speaking positive. So that is how you think up. The second step that you have to do is train up. You see, when you talk about mental stamina, that means that you have to build and develop. So think about the most difficult situation that you have faced or that you may be facing right now in your business. And I want you to do something different. I want you to think of it, instead of being tested, that you've been trained. You see, we all go through things and we think automatically that we're being tested. Oh, this is a test. Well, you know what? It's not. You're being trained. You see, there's a next level for you. And in order for you to get to that next level, you must be trained, you must be developed, you must be strengthened, you must be conditioned, and you must be built. So this is your training season. The same way if you went to the gym and you start lifting weights, on the outside, you think that you're actually building muscle, but what's really happening is that you're breaking down muscle fibers internally. So in order to be built up, you must first be broken down. So in this training season, everything you're going through is simply preparing you to get to the next level. So you do that with your thoughts. So that same negative thought that you've already identified, the same one that you've now reframed, I want you to say that over and over and over. Like Cheryl used to say, I got this. That's what Cheryl used to say. She'd say, I got this. Playtime is over. Cheryl has thought that. She trained herself to believe that, and she says that over and over and over. For me, I know that I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And I believe that, and I say that over and over and over. And I don't just say it until I get it right, but I say it until I can no longer get it wrong. That's when you can go to the next level. That's when you know that you have been properly trained and developed to go to that next level. And guess what? In that journey, in that phase, fear is going to meet you. Fear is going to meet you head on. And don't run from it. I believe you got to face it. Fear is not false evidence appearing real. Fear means to face everything and rise. It means that you look at it and you know that fear is simply the prerequisite for success. So if you want to earn that degree of success, then you have to pass that class of fear. And then once you pass that class of fear, then you will successfully earn that degree of success. That is how you train and go to the next level. And the third and final thing that you must do, like the young folks say, you got to turn up. Turning up is not having a blast and partying. Turning up is really showing up. It's really thinking up. It's really stepping up when everything around you says for you to sit down and be quiet and be still. Turning up is you being the speaker, you being the coach, you being the leader, you being the entrepreneur when you have no clients. You speaking to an audience of 2 as if it's an audience of 2,000. Showing up is when you're walking it out before it even gets there, before it even looks like that things are happening. That is how you show up. That is how you turn up. You can't wait until you get that audience. You can't wait until you get that quote-unquote following. You can't wait until you get that client. You have to work every single day as if you're playing in the NBA Finals. That is how you win big. You can't win big and still be thinking small. You can't be waiting for people to come. I don't know who's on the other end of this telephone or this computer screen right now. It doesn't even matter. If I'm talking to myself, then I'm encouraging myself tonight. You have to turn up no matter where you are at. And one of the most important concepts of turning up is to really practice gratitude. It is simple, yet it is powerful. You have to learn to be content with what you have right now. You don't need to look to the left and to the right and see what everybody else is doing. Be grateful for the skills and gifts that you have. Be grateful for the people that you've connected with. Be grateful for the opportunities to continue to be a light in the darkness. You know, we all can want more, and we have to push ourselves. But sometimes we have to be grateful for what we have and keep that as the momentum for helping us to move forward. So when you think about mental stamina, think of it as thinking up, training up, and then as the young folks say, you got to turn up. So we ain't turning down tonight. Turn down for what? We are turning it up tonight, and we're going to boost because, as my girl Cheryl says, playtime is over. So while you are creating excuses, somebody else is executing. So thank you all. Make sure you follow me on social media at Dr. Jenna, Jinneh, and last name Dyson, like the vacuum, Dyson. follow me and I'll follow you back. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Woo-hoo! Cheryl, she bought it. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. You got that. Playtime is over. She said it's time to turn up. And
Turn
fear,
down for what?
listen, she said, fear is face everything and rise. I love that. I love that. Oh, Dr. Jenna, you are just amazing and on fire. I know we got a lot of people out there in the private, elusive, exclusive Che and Trevor group. I want to know right now, what was your big takeaway? What was that one thing that Dr. Jenna Dyson said that just resonated with your spirit that you were like, yes, girl, I've been there. You're right. I want you to post it right now in the group. I'm going to come back. She is going to be able to look. I'm going to see what you all are saying. I know my big takeaway, like she said, just turn up. I do believe that showing up is half the battle won. If you show up, God will do the rest. Isn't that right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I love turn down for what? Hey,
I love it.
that's what I'm talking about.
I love it.
Well,
We
Darlene,
got, yes.
I'm going to go in there too because we know that their takeaway could be somebody else's big
Breakthrough. Yes, absolutely. I want to say hi to Arlene Span. She's out there. She posted, she said gratitude. I know that's right. Gratitude. And you know what one of my things is she said you have to think up and then what? Train up. I love that because it really talks about how it's not just about you thinking it. You also have to equip yourself to go to that next level, and that means training. You know, I think so many people just say, you know, you work hard, but there is such a thing. That's why I go to conferences. I have a coach, and I'm a coach. I believe in investing, and investing in yourself is really about not just thinking at a higher level, but actually training yourself so that you can operate at that higher level. What do you say to that, Cheryl?
Turn down for what? That's what I say. Turn down for what? Y'all gonna
Turn
have me
down
up for this
for what?
different kind of night tonight.
I know, right? Turn down for what? Exactly. You got to turn up, and I like that. Think,
I love it. Dr.
yes, that is
Jenna bought
awesome.
it tonight. She always brings it. She delivers. And that's the thing. You know what? I tell my clients all the time, you got to be ready so you don't have to get ready. And
Yeah.
Dr. Jenna Dyson is always ready. She's always up for the challenge to share her voice, to share her message, not for herself, but for what someone else can take away, because that's
Absolutely.
what sharing our story is all about. That's what sharing these tips. It's about those of you who are out there watching. And like Darlene said, you can't coach yourself. A
Right?
coach can't coach his or herself. You have to be able to have a support system of folks that you are surrounded by and who can give you that encouragement, that uplifting, that empowerment when you feel like you are in the darkness. And I know
Yes.
that there's somebody who is going to watch this live stream tonight, or they're going to watch the replay, and maybe they're in a very dark space. And just hearing what Dr. Jenna shared is going to give them that glimmer of light that's going to help them to hang on and say, you know what, I can do this. So she brought it. Dr. Jenna, we love
She
you.
did.
Turn
Yes, we
down
do.
for what?
I know that's right. I want to show Melissa Jenkins out there. She said her takeaway is fear is the prerequisite for success. And I know that's right. Regina Jordan Young, she just said you have to become the person you want others to be. Absolutely love it. And I even like what Dr. Jenna said. She said in order to be built up, you must first be broken down. Hello. Sometimes we don't even understand that in the process. Lorna Sherlin said fear, face everything and rise. Marsha Pruitt Coleman said, turn down for what? I
Yes.
tell you, you just put a whole new spin on that one. I'm telling you. She said, listen, they said you are rocking the house. Mental mindset. Absolutely. Don't wait until what? Don't wait until you get that opportunity. You have to take action. They are just posting out there. I'm so excited to see everyone is sharing their takeaways that they heard from Dr. Jenna Dyson. Make sure that you stay connected with her. In fact, I want to make sure that we post her Facebook business page out there so that people can stay connected with you. But we're gonna just keep this thing going. I'm looking at everyone. They loving this turn down for what? You can also find right. You put a whole new category on that thing, girl. Yes. And they said, wow, listen, Che just actually popped out there. Hello, Che. He says, while you are making excuses, someone else is executing. Follow her
Mhm.
now at Dr. Jenna Dyson. You want to follow her on Twitter. Oh man, they are just out there loving your message. If this is a prelude to what the conference is going to be, you want to make sure that you go to PTIO. Playtime is over. Conference.com. See if you can get a last minute ticket because I understand that the event is sold out. I'm actually going to go and put that website out there in the group. So all of you who are watching, you will be able to simply click on that link. Before we get and bring the next speaker on, I want to make sure that you are inviting and sharing this message with your audience. If you are watching and you were just blessed by Dr. Jenna Dyson, I mean, she just tore it up. She gave you some tips, very simplistic, but very powerful. Very powerful. You don't want to let those in your circle, those that you love, those that you are connected with on social media to miss out. So I want you to right now share out on your Facebook page virtualnetworkinglive.com. Just put that out in your personal face so that other people can tell them that we are live now with Cheryl Wood and the Playtime is over Google Hangout, where she is marketing and promoting her 2-day conference. That's right, not 1 day, 2-day conference where you're going to hear amazing speakers. You're going to be empowered. You're going to be built up. You're going to be turned up. Okay, you're going to leave there thinking at a higher level and having been trained by listening to those speakers and investing in some of those coaches that are going to be there speaking. Personally, I know of a few myself. So you want to make sure that you are getting your tickets and sharing that out there. Playtime is over conference. Oh, we got some. Oh, wait a minute.
Hey,
Well,
you
my
never know
girl,
what I'm gonna do.
she's about to say, what? Turn down for what? Ah! They are ready and fired up tonight. I hear you.
I think
She said, turn down for what? Yes, Stacy. Yes, that is amazing. Yes, I know that's right. Well, we are going to, listen, the Keisha's out there say she turn up. She said, turn up. You got everybody, turn up. They are ready to turn it up in here. Well, listen, I'm going to keep this thing, right? We're about to have a party. This is what we do with the Google Hangout. You don't just get great information, but it's fun while you're doing it. You see, we over here having a party. I tell you, yes, yes. Well, we're going to keep this moving right along. Cheryl, do you want to take a few minutes and tell us about our next speaker?
Yes, yes, yes. Martin, I hope you can handle it. I hope you can handle all the
Oh
fire. Martin said, Lord, it's getting hot in here. All right. So this next young lady is, I mean, my favorite word is amazing. I could say she's amazing. She's dynamic. She's phenomenal. She is one of a kind. And when you meet her, when you connect with her, when you come into her space in any way at all, you will feel this sense of joy about living that I've never seen before. Precious Williams is dynamic. She is a powerhouse to be reckoned with. She has this story that, I mean, she has really been a woman who has risen from being broken. She's a woman who has demonstrated what resilience is, what courage and tenacity is, what bravery is. And she is the definition of what it means to truly be fearless. And so she has embraced the movement that Playtime is over. She is walking in her gifts and letting her light shine brightly. She has taken the lampshade off. She is not dimming her light for anyone. She is not apologizing for who she is, and that's what I love most about her. She will tell you a little bit more about who she is and about her story, but she has this wonderful accent that I love that I'm always imitating in my house. And even my husband says it that way. Curvy girl lingerie. And she has become like my sister. She is more than just a client. She has truly become like a sister. She will call me on the phone and ask me for advice or guidance. She will send me a text message in a heartbeat. and she talks 1,000 miles per hour like I do, but the energy is hot. The block is hot, and we want to go ahead and welcome the amazing Precious Williams. Hey, lady, you have the floor.
Hey, can you hear me?
We can hear you fine.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know what time it is? It's your time. Say it with me. It's your time. Feel it down deep within your soul. It's your time. Some of you have been playing small, and some of you are afraid of what others think. Some of you are just sick and tired of being sick and tired and just don't know what to do. So believe me, I understand because I've been there. But you know what? This is what I got to say to you. It's your time. You are no longer going to play small from this moment forward. It's time to get real, and here's to not holding back. Greatness and success lie in this moment. Do you dare accept it? And are you ready to take the brakes off of your life? Then join me on a journey you will never forget. What is the vision for your life? Do you know that you have dreams that have been tugging at your heart for the longest time? And are you kept awake knowing that you are not walking in your purpose? Then from this moment forward, I say no more. The only time that matters is right now. Right now. My granddaddy used to say to me this all the time, and it is so true. He would say to me, Queen Bee, the only time that matters is right now. R-A-H-T, because he couldn't spell, but he would say right now. So let me say that to you again. The only time that matters is right now. Yesterday is gone, and the future is not promised. As radical success coach Doreen Rainey says, success doesn't just happen. Success only happens after action. You have to move. You can no longer stay in place. Move forward. One step at a time is all it takes. So let's go on a journey together. Let's go back down memory lane. Are you with me? Here is my story. And it's not pretty, but it's how I got to who I am today. My life literally changed 10 years ago. Yes, 10 years ago, I was a mess. I had just gotten kicked out of Georgetown University Law Center, and I felt like I was worthless. Ask yourself, who gets kicked out of law school, especially a prestigious law school? Me. Yes, me. After I got kicked out, my so-called friends and family left me. I no longer had the accomplishment of being at a top-tier law school, and know that my other accomplishments did not keep me warm at night. I felt alone and unwanted. I started drinking to forget my pain. I drank every day to excess. I started wearing the same clothes every day and not showering. Can you imagine how horrible I looked at my next law school? Drunk, wasted, and tore up from the flow up is what I look like. I remember sitting in my cramped apartment, afraid of what to do and afraid of my life. My life literally sucked. I was an alcoholic, and I couldn't get my life to make sense. And I truly hated myself. I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. On April 12, 2004, I had a nervous breakdown and was hospitalized for 3 months in a psych ward of Newark Beth Israel Hospital in Newark, New Jersey. You know, as I look back, that was a godsend. Because I finally had to deal with me. All of me. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I finally got real. After years of not facing the fact that I was an unwanted and an abused child, my body and my mind shut down. I let my circumstances overwhelm me. No more. I said no more. I started to see that I was enough. I saw my life differently because I was at the bottom and I had gotten comfortable with misery. No longer was I willing to settle for being comfortable. My nervous breakdown taught me a valuable lesson. The past is gone and the future is not promised. And I am not my past. I am not my future. I am me right now. In that moment, I counted and I never let myself down again. As the great Mama Sizzle herself says, playtime is over. Now I go big or I go home. I had to take each moment from now on and make it count. I went right back to law school with a different mindset. And I no longer cared what my fellow law students thought of me. I no longer worried if I was talented or pretty enough. Success doesn't just happen. You have to move forward. In 1 year, I went from being a lost law student to be considered the greatest student attorney. I went from my classmates making fun of me for wearing the same clothes every day to being the one to watch. My cases in special remand court were standing room only. Students and professors came from all around to watch me in action. I beat prosecutors left and right and won my cases when it looked like there was no way. And I couldn't even believe it. Was this really happening? I mean, who did I really think I was? Well, I am the great Precious Williams. And in this moment, I am everything that I need. So how did I do it? How did I change my life so fast? I first went back to law school and I sat in class. I took it moment by moment instead of day by day. People remarked that I had changed, and I had. In one moment, in one instant, I became the greatest me possible. What did Cheryl Wood say? Playtime is over. No more games. I started to embrace the beauty of my flaws, my heavy accent, my curvy figure, my natural hair. It all matters. And trust me, I embraced all of me. In 10 years since my nervous breakdown, I went from being a nobody to an award-winning professional speaker. I now speak all over the world. Matter of fact, last month I just came back from Johannesburg, South Africa from speaking from an international business conference. So how did it all happen? It changed in one moment, right now. How did I do it? I took a look at my life and I decided that right now is the only time that matters. I started 2 companies, Curvy Girls Lingerie, which is the ultimate shopping experience for full-figure divas and plus-size fashionistas. I started Perfect Pitches by Precious, where I teach the art and science of the killer elevator pitch. I am a 13-time elevator pitch champion, and I even won the 2013 Black Enterprise Elevator Pitch Championship in Columbus, Ohio. I have had Magic Johnson, yes, that Magic Johnson, say to me, watching you is like watching a master at their craft. I've appeared on ABC, MSNBC, the New York Daily News, and various radio programs. I went from making no money to over $306,000 in 1 year working for myself. Is it possible? Yes. Can you do it? Absolutely. The choice is yours. Are you going to change right now? Lastly, I had a well-known celebrity call me for my services last week. I had branded myself so well that she called me to tell me that I was the killer pitch master and she wanted to work with me. Success doesn't just happen. You have to move forward. So mark my words. Go big or go home. Take the brakes off your life. Look in the mirror. face your fear, and then face yourself. Walk in your greatness and never settle for average. You are a conqueror, so conquer your fear. The only time that matters is right now. Make a decision to be wildly successful. Take my hand and let's go on this most magical journey together. I am Precious Williams, and I am President and CEO of Perfect Pitches by Precious. You can reach me at perfectpitchesbyprecious.com. Thank you and good night. And I just want to say a shout out to Cheryl Wood. Thank you for even having me on this. You don't even know how much this means to me. I truly appreciate this because you changed my life in one moment. And the only time that matters is right now.
Woo, girl, yes. Wow. Precious. Talk about it. The only time that matters is right now. That's my big takeaway. Wow, what an amazing message. Thank you so much. Okay, you know how we do, everyone. I know if you heard what I heard, you have got to take a moment and just what was your big takeaway? I mean, she just had it packed with so much. Her story is truly, truly amazing. Talk about inspiring. I salute you, girl. You go ahead with your bad self. Yes. The only time that matters is right now. That's my big takeaway. What about you, Stacy?
Albert, it was so much, but I just love that accent. Face the child, Precious, I love the accent. You've been able to work it and be authentically you and show that a setback doesn't mean that that is the end. You know, a lot of us get stuck, and you didn't get stuck. You kept moving. You aligned yourself with a powerful coach. You are doing some amazing work. People are calling you because you kept moving. Playtime is over. You're not playing. Hold on. I'm on my DJ mode again. I got to do a little bit more.
Okay. Talk about it. You know what? I mean, she said, in this moment, I am everything that I need. I mean, that is just truly, truly powerful. In this moment, I am everything that I need. Like you said, keep moving forward. I'm out there in the private, elusive, exclusive Che and Trevor group. I want to know what your big takeaway. You all, I know that your heart was truly moved and blessed by this message. Ashley Love says, go big or go home and never settle for average. Amen. Precious rocked it. You rocked it, girl. Woo. Jerome Arlene says, awesome. Dakisha Chamberlain says, success doesn't just happen. You have to do something. I know that's right. Wow. I am out there. Put your big takeaway out in the private, elusive, exclusive group. I want to see what your big takeaway was. Wow.
Gibbs is out there. Oh, wow, look at this. They're really resonating with the only time that matters is right now.
Absolutely. Because you know what? It's so powerful and it's so simplistic. That's what Harriet Gibbs, yeah. Precious, you really impacted so many people. I'm out there. Regina says, never settle for average. It's time to live. Yes. Oh, wow.
Love it.
It is. Melissa says that success doesn't just happen. Okay.
Checking my mind daily. That's what Latoya Cooper said. All right.
All right. You all want to make sure that you share your comments. I want you to go to virtualnetworkinglive.com so that you can share your comments, or click below the link below the video. You'll be able to go right to that private group and share your comments. I like that. It's time to live in our right now time. That's what Regina Robinson said. Wow. Awesome. Amazing message. Annette Jarrett, success doesn't just happen. You have to move forward. You know that's true. No matter what happens, just keep moving, right? Just keep moving. Keep moving. Yes, this is our success only happens after action. That's what Regina's big takeaway was.
Regina.
Regine. Hi, Regine. Right, look, I'm always like, Regine.
Yeah, it's one of my Destiny designers. Go, girl.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, wow.
Coming in with the comments. Woo!
They are. Latoya says she's checking her mind daily. Wow. We got Catherine Weathersby from Houston. She was just like, oh, amazing message. I love this. All right.
I'm just thankful that you guys allow me to even speak. When you don't have the opportunity to give your testimony and to be allowed to give your testimony, it means an awful lot.
Oh, well, thank you for sharing and being so candid. Ashley says she took it moment by moment instead of day by day. I think that's so important. Love it. Sometimes that's all you can do is take it moment by moment. And of course, LaDonna Martin, success doesn't just happen. You have to move forward. I think that is so true because so often, we can easily get stuck, and those emotions will have us. But you know what? Like you said, moment by moment. I like that. This is the only time that matters right now. Precious Williams' amazing message of hope and inspiration, and you certainly have inspired me. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your message with such candid and energy. I could just feel it. That's the other thing I love about doing these hangouts is that you actually connect, and you don't necessarily have to be in the same room to feel that passion. It goes across the internet lines. I mean, I could just feel it in her voice and her tone. I could just feel it resonated with my spirit so much. Thank you for sharing. Oh my goodness, I'm back out there. Remember, if you want to share what your big takeaway was, we want you to go to virtualnetworkinglive.com so that you can put in your comment, or you can click the link right below the video. And this is an opportunity to hear some of the speakers that will be featured in the 2-day Playtime is Over conference. That is the vision by none other than Cheryl Wood. Cheryl, why don't you say a few words about how you felt about this amazing woman?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, I'm like, okay, Precious is not going to cause me to mess up my mascara. I mean, what do you say about someone who is just so authentic in her spirit and so transparent enough to show or to share her darkest moments so that she could be a hope to someone else, so that she could be, again, that beacon of light for someone else who may be tuned in, or maybe they know someone who is going through struggle right now and they're not sure about their tomorrow, they're not sure about their future. They're only dealing with what's happening right now. That message that Precious shared, it just resonated so deeply in my spirit, because I think all of us on this call and all of us who are watching have had a moment in life where we felt like, I'm a hot mess. How do I move beyond this? I've gotten myself in a predicament or in a certain space that I'm not happy with. How do I keep taking steps forward? And, we're in a time in history, and I know Dr. Jenna Dyson will attest to this, where suicide is at an all-time high, even among young people. I mean, as young as 15 and 16, because people feel that they have no hope. They feel like, whatever is going to happen tomorrow, whatever they're worrying about that's going to happen tomorrow in the future is going to be so devastating that they simply can't go on. And so for us tonight, we were blessed to hear this story of resilience and of courage and of boldness and a willingness to get back up and dust yourself off and not know all the answers, but to just take those baby steps forward anyway. And so again, I was just touched. I had my phone on mute because I didn't want to hear y'all. I want you to hear me sniffling over here. But Precious, I love you. Amazing job. That emotional connection that you make with people when you authentically tell your truth and don't run from that truth is a powerful thing. And that is what the Playtime is Over movement is all about. It's tell your truth, walk in your truth so that you can be a light, a beacon of light and hope and inspiration for somebody else. So she brought it tonight, and I love her so much.
Absolutely, she did, and they definitely are out there in the private, exclusive, elusive Shay and Trevor group, just talking about how much your message resonated with them. So thank you. It definitely resonated with me. I tell you, they're putting it out there, and so continue. We got quite a few people. I mean, Brenda Small says the sizzle speakers rock, precious.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah, Brenda. Hey,
Yes,
Brenda. Brenda's another
absolutely.
powerhouse. Sizzle
Absolutely.
speaker.
Yes,
Shout out
that's
to
what she
Brenda
said.
Small.
Right. And that Jared just says the choice is yours. I mean, and that is just, el- listen, listen, Warren Russell says, love who you are, curver hair and all. Wow. Beautiful,
Yes.
beautiful. Yes. So they are out there
Yes, my
posting their takeaways, posting their comments. Cheryl, we're going to keep this train moving right along, girl. Woohoo! Absolutely. Tell us who you have next coming up to share a message with us.
All right. So last but certainly, absolutely not least, is the one, the only, Mr. Martin Seca from out of Del Rio, Texas. I love this guy. Now, I can't say that too loud for a whole lot of guys because my husband might take offense to that, but I love this guy. He is wonderful. He's dynamic. He's powerful. He's passionate. His hashtag is passion never sleeps because I don't think he ever sleeps. A few months ago, we had a live stream event, and I always tell my sizzle speakers, people who come into my training, be ready so you don't have to get ready. Sometimes Shay and Trevor, they will call you at midnight. Or they call you at 2 in the morning. Talking about, you ready? You said you a speaker, right? You ready? So you've always got to be ready. And Martin has proved what it really means to be ready so you don't have to get ready. When they had that live stream event a few months ago, they called him at 3 a.m. Martin was fired up. Martin had on his suit and his tie and his kicks, and he was ready. And he brought it at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's what you saw. Playtime is over. He doesn't play. He puts down the message every time. He's an amazing, accomplished man who is making impact all across the globe. We are honored to have him on this session tonight. And I'm giving the floor to you, Martin. Take it away.
Cheryl, the honor is mine. Thank you so much. Really, what an honor to be just grouped up with this amazing women that are here. Darlene Brown, amazing. Stacy NC Grant, just thank you. I got your picture right next to mine right there. I took a little photo so I can tell people I was right next to her right there on the Google Hangout. I love this. This is amazing, amazing. I know our time is limited, but I just want to give a huge shout out and a congratulations to Cheryl Wood. She's stepping out in faith, and that's what happens when you step out in faith. The boundaries are grown, things are changed, things are moved, and I'm going to try. She knows the way I am. Her and I are the same kind of speakers. We move a lot, so we're kind of a little constrained when we're on a chair or in front of a little thing. I might just get my laptop and move around. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do have about 10 minutes, and I want to give you, I just don't want to motivate you. I want to give you some solid content. Just by the mere fact that you're listening to this program today tells me that you're not the type to settle for status quo. You want more out of life. You want more meaning, more fulfillment. So today I want to share 4 things very quickly in the next 10 minutes. If you will just honor me with 10 minutes, I want to give you some information that will probably boost you into your next level, to break through into the place that you need to be, to what you're looking for. Like I said, I just don't want to motivate you here. I want to give you some solid content that you can build on, so you can get to where you need to go. I said, my time is limited. I'm going to give you the condensed version, but I tell you, you don't want to miss October 31st and November 1st in Arlington, Virginia. You do not want to miss it. So I'm going to talk to you about 4 things very quickly. The 4 requirements for success. And I call them the 4 Ds. The 4 Ds. The first one is desire. The first one is desire. A desire is a strong feeling or wanting to have something. Now, I need to let you know that there's nothing that is beyond your reach. We all have desires. A desire is just an impulse of thought. Your desire must be at a level where people think that you are obsessed. There's different kinds of desire. You desire cake. You desire your husband, your wife. You desire different things. But there's a different level of desire that you need to get to break through the status quo. Those who have that burning desire know that average and status quo is a failing formula. A burning desire is passion. If you lose passion, listen to this. If you lose your passion, you've lost the game. You must have passion that causes you to change whatever you need to change, no matter what it is. You need to change your atmosphere. You need to change your environment. Some of you need to change some friends. Some of you need to change some colleagues. Some of you, I got to tell you this because it's the only chance I'm going to get to tell you. You need to change you. You know, when I met my wife, we were young. I was 15, she was 14. I saw that woman. I said, I got to know her. I need to know who she is. I had a desire to meet her. I wanted to know who she was, who she hung around with. I found out a little bit later that she liked cowboys. She liked guys with boots and buckles. I'm not the cowboy kind of type. I'm a jock. I do sports. I do basketball. I do baseball. That was my thing. Baseball was my thing. I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to get her attention, I am going to have to change who I am because my desire is for her right now. So I went out and I got me some boots. I said, I'm going to change whatever I need to change because my desire for her was more than I could control. So I said, I need to change me in order to get what I want. So there needs to be a desire to change. If you just have a desire, you will stop when you get tired. But if you have passion, you will stop until you're done. A passion is not just a hope or a wish. It's a pulsating desire that transcends everything else. And when I looked this up, I said, transcends, what does that word really mean? Transcends is to go or to be beyond the range of limit. I broke it down. It's a Latin word. The trans means across, and scendere means to climb. So it actually means to climb across. So it's a climb. It's not easy to get to your success. You've got to have a passion. You have to. Passion will give you the climb so much value that the price you pay for what you want is going to be worth it. Passion will give you strength during the climb. What do you got to climb over? You got to climb over fear. You got to climb over doubt. You got to climb over some of your past. You got to climb over that. Passion will gladly pay whatever price is needed. Number two, the second D is decision. I mentioned that we all have a desire, but decision is actually moving on that desire. We got too many people having a desire, and I want to do this, I want to do that, but they never move on their desire. You've got to move. You got to decide and say, you know what? Today's going to be a different day. Today, and Precious said it, this is the moment. What better time than right now to say, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with status quo. I'm done with average. I have something bigger inside of me that I'm desiring, and I got to move on it. If you want to see success or opportunity for success in your life, you must decide what you want. Then decide to place all your energy, all your power, all your effort into it. Doesn't matter what it is. You've got to decide to do that. So that's number two. D number three, because I want to be a respecter and honor my time, is determination. Determination. When you're determined, some people mistake determination for stubbornness. Do I got any stubborn people out there? All right. I just thought I heard you through the net. Determination is firmness of purpose. In other words, it's willpower. You will need determination simply because when you take your desire and decide to move on it, opposition is going to come. There's two types of opposition. First of all, you have your external opposition. This is where your naysayers come in. If you decide to move upon your dream, upon your goals, upon your success, There's going to be external opposition. What are these external oppositions for us? It's the naysayers. It's the critics. Because when you start moving, the critics will start to talk. I think some of you know what I'm talking about. But I learned something about our critics. 80% of what critics say has no value. But 20% of what they say, we need to pay attention to it. Because it's helpful to you if you pay attention to your critics. Don't discard everything they say, because sometimes your critics will tell you things that your friends won't. Your critics and naysayers are usually people doing nothing with their lives. You need to understand, you need to tell the citizens of status quo that you are moving out of town. This is not the place for you. You got to move. You got greatness within you, as Les Brown says. You have greatness with you, in you. This is when determination comes in to keep you on track. Your determination will be tested. There is no success without determination. Number 4. Oh, I like this one. I like this one. A lot of people don't like to hear it, but we got to hear it because it's part of the price we got to pay because we got passion to make it. It's discipline. Discipline. You know, we look at discipline and we see that we discipline our children, we discipline our students if we're teachers. We have an easy time or very easy to discipline others, but when it comes to disciplining ourselves, that's where we have our challenge. All discipline is, listen to me, is self-control. Self-control is self-mastery. Self-mastery is knowing when to say no to things. You know, when you get on a diet, somebody invites you out, discipline will say no. It takes concentration to be disciplined. And all concentration is strength of mind. A concentrated mind focuses, and that's what's going to get you to your success. When you concentrate and focus, the person who allows his mind to roam at will never accomplish any great deal in this world. The more you improve your discipline, which is strength of mind, the greater are your possibilities, your opportunities. A lot of people say, you know what, Martin? No opportunities are coming my way. Nothing's happening for me. Let me let you know something. Opportunities are not moved to your direction. Opportunities are just taglines or guideposts where, as you move along, you bump into opportunities. They're not coming to you. You got to move, and you will bump into opportunities and possibilities. Discipline is self-control. Self-control is self-mastery. And for self-mastery, you need concentration, which is strength of mind. And concentration means success. Those are your 4 Ds. Desire, decision, determination, and discipline. And if you want to read or you want to really hear the whole thing, you got to come over to Arlington, Virginia. I'm going to be there. I want to meet some of you. I want to have lunch with you. I want you to invite me out. We have a cup of coffee. You've got to be there. You've got to be there. I'm going to be there, and I want to see you there. Cheryl, thank you so much for this opportunity, ma'am. And with all due respect, you are amazing. Thanks for this coaching that you've had. Thank you, ma'am.
Woo!
Awesome. Thank you so much, Martin.
I think everybody's muted. There we go.
Yeah, I think everybody is.
Yeah.
I'm good. Yes, absolutely amazing. Everybody, go ahead and unmute yourself. Right. I know that's right. Absolutely. Oh my goodness.
Del Rio in the house.
Absolutely. Okay. You know why he stays up to 3 a.m. I love the analogy, but listen. You know what? One of my biggest takeaways, and you know what we're going to do? We're going to talk about takeaways. When he talks about discipline and then broke it down what it is, the self-control and self-mastery and then concentration and focus. I love how he just took us all the way there. Oh, you want to talk about discipline? That's my takeaway. What was your takeaway, Stacy?
Look, passion will pay whatever price is needed. I had to write that down in caps. Passion will pay whatever price is needed. I know that's right. Cha-ching on the passion. You brought it tonight, Martin. That is exactly just a part of all your takeaways. But that passion, your passion for life is contagious. We can almost just feel it. We can grab it. We can chew on it because you believe the words that you're speaking. And your coming to Playtime is over with that kind of energy to deliver the message that's going to change lives. Martin, I told you already, you the bomb.com. Anybody that hang out with us till 3 a.m. in the morning, you are a friend of mine.
I know that's right. So you know what you do. I want to know what your takeaway was. Go out into the group. I will be going out there to see what your takeaways were. Okay, let's get it started.
Yes,
we have, yes.
Now, you know, I play music for everybody else. I can't leave Martin down. You know.
No, of course not. Come on. What you got for us?
You heard my little turn down?
There it is. Okay. I love it. Yes, Reginae. Did I say that right? I'm gonna practice to make sure I get her name right. Yes, she says, "Yay, Martin Seca. Discipline is needed. It is needed." Oh my goodness! And then we have Ebony Barnes who says, "I'm a doula." She's talking about what she does. Ebony. She's actually delivers babies. Okay, Ashley. Let's see what Ashley got. Wow. Okay, DT Takrisha Blunt says concentration means success. Harriet Gibbs, serving notice, status quo, I'm moving out of town. Love it. Annette Jarrett said concentration and focus gets you to success. Brenda Small talks about she's done with the status quo. Victoria LaPrince says discipline is self-control. Self-control is self-mastering. Oh, they absolutely love it. Annette says, no success without determination. Oh, wow. They are out there posting. Make sure you let us know what your takeaway was. Martin brought it, and he broke it down, and that's just a little taste. You know, I actually like to say it's a tease, because I want more.
We going to bring it. Come on, Martin. We going to bring it.
Yeah, they're going to bring it, but the only way you're going to get it is if you are there. That is October 31st and November 1st. You want to be in Crystal City. Is that Arlington? Arlington, Virginia? You want to go to PTIO, which stands for Playtime is Over Conference.com, so that you can get your ticket. I know there's not many left, so you don't want to wait. This is going to be a sold-out event, 2 days where you're going to get your mind fed and you're going to get information on how to move your life forward. And you've heard it here tonight. I mean, Dr. Jenna Dyson, Precious Williams, Martin Seca, they already showed you just a glimpse of what you're going to get. And you don't want to miss out on this information. You don't want to miss out on the opportunity, not just to hear them, but to be able to connect in the same room with them, to be able to, after they finish sharing, walk over to the side of the room and grab them by the hand. I mean, that's just going to be powerful. So you want to make sure you do that. But I'm going to go back to our Facebook group and find out what some of the takeaways were.
Hey, Darlene, someone is emailing me. I sent out the link for tonight's event to my email list, and someone just responded and said, "Thanks, Cheryl. Loved your intro of Martin, and watching now. He is so energetic. I love it."
Okay.
That's what they said in the email. So you got it on fire, hot.
You got it on fire. Listen, I always say numbers don't lie, data don't lie. So they are out there putting the information out. I love it. Dakisha Chambers says that pay attention to what 20% of what your critics are saying, because they will tell you what your friends will not. And Brenda Small says there is no success without determination. And Victoria LaPrince says, change your mind, you'll change what you find. I love that. They are out there posting out there in the feed. As we get ready to hear from none other than Cheryl Wood, I want to make sure that you Oh, Regine. Okay, Darlene Brown sounds like Regine. Thank you, dear. I want to make sure that you invite others to join in and watch so that they can get this information. And you want to go to virtualnetworkinglive.com. That's how you can be a part of the group. You can also click the link at the bottom of the video so that you can share that out on your Facebook group and invite everybody else over so that they can, as we get ready to go into the home stretch of this hangout, they can be blessed with the information, they can be inspired, they can get revved up so that they know what to do to change their mind, to have self-control and self-mastery and discipline so they know what's necessary so that they can keep moving forward. We've heard from Dr. Jenna Dyson. We've heard from Precious Williams. We've heard from Martin Saker. They all had something great to share. I know that I was certainly encouraged and inspired. But now we're going to go over to the one and only, the visionary behind the Playtime is Over conference. That's what this hangout is all about, just to hear from some of the speakers that are going to be speaking at this two-day conference. That's October 31st and November 1st. But also to hear from the visionary herself, why it's so important for her to put this conference on and what she's hoping that the outcome will be. I want to know that from you, Cheryl. What are you hoping that the audience will take away at the end of the 2 days?
You know, I think my biggest takeaway that I want for everyone is that life is precious and life is short. And we've got to grab hold of it right now. I think Precious articulated it very well. It's about what are you doing right now. My tomorrow is not promised. I could lay my head on my pillow tonight with hopes, with dreams, with ideas, with plans, but I might not wake up tomorrow. And if I don't, the question is, am I satisfied with what I did today? Am I content with the idea that I poured all of me out into the people who were deserving of it so that I would never have regrets about what I should have done or could have done? I will never have apologies about putting a lampshade on my light because I was afraid that it was going to make someone else uncomfortable. So it's really about helping people to catapult their lives forward. Playtime is over simply means don't waste another minute. Don't waste another minute. We've got to spend our minutes, our moments, our days, our hours, our months like they're the most precious thing on the earth, like they are a jewel that we have been digging for months and years. And when we finally get a hold of it, when we finally get to touch it and feel it in our hands, that we will never, ever take it for granted. That's what I want people to walk away with.
Wow. And you know what? You're right. Tomorrow isn't promised, and we definitely shouldn't be taking it for granted. And that's why the moment is right now. It is the only one that matters. And so if you are out there, you want to make sure that, you know, share out there to everyone that you're connected to join. Cheryl is about to speak live, and you're going to hear from her heart. You're going to hear her passion. You're going to be inspired. And you know, we've heard from the great speakers that are going to be a part of this two-day conference, but there's nothing better than to hear from the visionary herself, the one who God saw fit to bring this vision forward so that all of our lives could be impacted. I know my life has certainly been impacted, and I'm inspired. I'm revved up because I'm like, turn down for what? You know, I'm ready to be, listen, self-control and self-mastery. I'm concentrating and focused. I mean, so my life as a speaker and a coach has certainly been impacted, and your life will be too. So I want you to put in your Facebook group, you know, virtualnetworkinglive.com. Cheryl is about to go live.
A couple of things before it's all over.
Yes, you will certainly be able to say a couple of things before it's all over. Everyone will be able to do a few minutes to close out, but I just want to make sure that everyone take a moment right now and just put out there on your Facebook page, virtualnetworkinglive.com. And then I want you to put Cheryl Wood is about to go live. She's about to share a message with you to inspire you, to let you know that you don't have to be in the dark alone, to remind you that there is hope no matter what the situation you might be facing that you're dealing with. Not just to tell you to join into the conference, but she's really going to share something that's going to change your life. And it's going to all happen right now. Without further ado, I want you to put a Put your hands together. Send the love, a virtual applause out there for Cheryl Wood. Sizzleista! Great speaker, mom, wife, amazing visionary businesswoman. I'm so excited. What you got for us, girl?
Hey, turning it up, turning it up. Thank you, Darlene. Thank you, Stacy, for spending your time with me so that we could host this, because Lord knows I'm not tech savvy. If I had to do this on my own, I'd be a hot mess. So that's one thing you got to know. Playtime is over. You got to get around the people who know what the heck they doing so that you can bring your A game. So thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Darlene. Thank you to my amazing sizzle speakers, Jenna and Precious and Martin. I love you all. You are soaring in your greatness, and it is an honor to watch. It's funny. I heard Les Brown one time say that as someone who coaches and trains and teaches, you really should have the expectation that your students will soar beyond anything you've ever done. That shouldn't be a surprise. That shouldn't be something that intimidates you. It should be your expectation. It should be what you want for them. And I can truthfully say that's what I want for Dr. Jenna Dyson. That's what I want for Precious Williams. That's what I want for Martin Seka. I want them to take what they've learned. I want them to take their craft and master it in a way where they're able to reach parts of the world that I'm not even able to reach, where they're able to touch lives that perhaps I'm unable to touch. So it's just an honor to be able to be on this live stream event and have them bring their expertise to this hangout. So playtime is over. It's all about how you spend your time. And one of the things that I have convinced myself of, and this didn't happen overnight, this happened with time, was that I had to get to a place where I would refuse to waste my own time, but I would also refuse to allow anyone else to waste it. So what I want you to ask yourself tonight is this: what am I wasting time doing? What am I wasting time not doing? And what am I wasting time avoiding? Time is your most precious asset. It is the thing you can never get back. Once it's gone, it's gone. Once it's done, it's done. You can't store it up and carry it over to the next year. What's happening right now is what's happening right now. What has happened in the past has happened in the past. What's going to happen in the future is going to happen, but you can never collect time. You can never rewind time and go back and redo it or overdo it. You can never do that. Time is your most valuable asset. And that's why we say playtime is over, because you don't have time to waste. If you're going to walk in your gifts, if you're going to walk in your talents and your greatness, you've got to do it today. Because should you lay your head on your pillow, should you not open your eyes tomorrow, you've got to know that you have already created a legacy that will long outlive your physical body. See, that's my goal. That's my mission in life. I think when I grow older, am I going to have amazing, wonderful stories to tell about how sassy I was, about how wonderful I was, about the exciting things I did in life? Or am I going to have some boring stories and my grandkids aren't even going to be bothered with me because I don't have them nothing to tell? Or if I'm not here until I'm 80 or 90, are my children and the people who knew me and loved me, are they going to be able to walk in a space of telling some amazing dynamic stories because of the lives that I touch? Will there be people all around the world telling stories about how Cheryl Wood impacted their lives, about how my message, about how my fearless attitude, about how my courage and my boldness to not wait until tomorrow, but to exercise my power over my right now, how that caused them to be inspired and motivated and, most importantly, moved to take action in their own lives? That's what Playtime is Over is about. It's a movement. It's not just a cute saying. It's not just a sexy slogan. It's about not wasting another second, another minute, another hour, another day, another month, or another year talking about what you're going to do. I want you to get to a space where you can talk to me about what you have done, about what you've executed, about what you tried, and maybe you fell flat on your face. Maybe you made mistakes. Maybe you got embarrassed by some things. Maybe there was some discouragements and some disappointments, but you got back up and you tried it again and you tried it again and you tried it again. I want you to become the queen of try again. Or in Martin Secker's case, the king of try again. The only way you can try again is if you tried the first time. But so many of us get caught in a place of fear, of self-limiting beliefs about who we can become and what we can accomplish, that we never give ourselves the opportunity, we never put ourselves in the path of try again, because we never take the first step to try the first time. Now, the thing that I love about Playtime is Over is that it gives me permission to try again. It gives me permission to claim power over my past. It gives me permission to stand in my power and walk in my power of the present, but it also gives me permission to dictate where I'm going in my future. Are you ready for that next level? Are you really ready to walk in your power? Not to allow anything, all the stuff you've been telling yourself until now, all the lies you've been telling yourself about what you don't have and why you can't succeed. And well, she has something that I don't have, or he has something more than I do. He has more resources. She has more money. She has more connections. I want you to stop telling yourself the lies about why you're not moving your feet because of what you're lacking. And instead, I want you to put 150% focus on what you have and how you move forward in your life's journey with what you have right now. See, if you knew my story, you would know that instead of being a success, I should really be a statistic. Because as a young child, I grew up in Lafayette Projects in Baltimore, Maryland. Now, even if you don't know what Lafayette Projects was, you know what the word projects indicates. You know that means I was raised in an environment of poverty, of crime, of violence, of drug addiction, of teenage pregnancies. That's what I grew up watching. That's what I grew up seeing in my everyday environment. And as much as that was dysfunctional to see that, and to watch that and experience that as a young girl growing up, hoping to develop some sort of idea of belief and who I could become and what I could become, the dysfunction in my own household was 10 times as bad as the dysfunction that I saw on the outside. See, my dad was an alcoholic. And what I knew of my dad when he was around was the man who allowed alcohol addiction to control his present and to control what his future would become. I knew the father who used to get drunk and bang on the door violently, telling my mother to come out of the house, telling him she'd better let him in, she'd better take him back again, even though she had taken him back time and time and time and time again and tried to make it work. What I knew of my father was a man who drank himself into a stupor and would bust out windows to our apartment or bust out windows to our vehicle. What I knew of my father was watching the police come and arrest him time and time and time again. And I started to develop a level of anger internally as I got older because I blamed my mother for putting me in a situation where I had to grow up in that type of an environment. Now, my mother was a very hard-working woman, still is. The strength of our family, the rock of our family. I've never known anyone with so much patience. I watched her go through a dysfunctional life and refuse to claim her power over the situation. Now, that's not to bash my mother, because my mother did what she knew. She loved my dad. She wanted it to work. She had 3 children with him, and she tried. She did everything that she knew with what she had. But in the process, what she taught me was that her happiness and my happiness was less important than what she thought should be, than what was happening in that moment. And so as I grew up, I went to practically every prison, every detention system, detention building there was in Maryland and the surrounding areas, visiting my father. And what I knew about him most was the father who was behind a glass window. And as I grew up and as I got older, that pain, the hurt of going through that in my life was something that I wanted to claim power over. But it took me a very long time to believe that this little brown girl from the projects of Baltimore, who was the product of a single family home, who was the product of an alcoholic father, who was the product of not having the luxury of going off to college for 4 years to discover myself, because I had to go out into corporate America and get a job and help my mother, I didn't believe that I was destined for anything more. How many of you are watching tonight and you just feel like everything in your past has dictated what has happened in your life? How many of you are watching and saying, I've been through some mess. I've been through some stuff that maybe I don't even want to talk about yet. See, it's taken me 5 years to even share this story. Before now, I haven't shared this story. It took a level of courage. It took a level of me digging deep to say, I've got to bring to the surface all the mess that I've been through so that I can move beyond it. So that I can truly declare that playtime is over in my life. And I know the only way for me to do that is to claim victory over my past. Not to allow that to keep me hostage, not to allow the fear of not being enough, the fear of being inadequate, the fear of not having a college education, the fear of all the stuff that has happened in my life, not dictate to me who I can be and who I can become. So playtime is over means don't you dare waste another minute. Don't you dare waste another minute telling yourself why you can't. Don't you dare waste another minute creating excuses. Don't you dare waste another minute allowing who you were born to be to get pushed in the background because you're too afraid to step up to the plate and say, I acknowledge all the mess, I acknowledge all the struggle, but now I acknowledge that I have a choice to embrace the mess and embrace the power and transparently let people know who I really am without fear of how they're going to judge me. Because only in that power of choice will I be able to soar to a new place in my life. Will I be able to impact someone else's life? So I want to give you just a few things to support you in your own journey of not wasting another minute. Number one, don't waste another minute questioning whether or not you are enough. And especially to my business owners, because the Playtime is Over conference is specifically for women in business. Women in business who come in fired up with passion and energy and zeal about what they bring into the marketplace, but something is holding you back. Something is not allowing you to truly magnetize clients to you. Something is not allowing you to magnetize revenue that keeps your business successful, sustainable, and profitable so that you can keep your doors open. So I'm specifically talking to my new, my emerging, my aspiring women entrepreneurs who are going to be in the room at this 2-day conference. Don't waste another minute questioning whether or not you are enough and whether or not you are the expert. Let me tell you this. I know some real smart people. And some of them have degrees and PhDs and masters, and some of them have a double masters, and they don't have no common sense. So don't believe for a second that just because you don't have a degree or some certification that you cannot be looked to as the expert. I am a prime example, and I very transparently share my journey, and I say it to the rooftops that no, I don't have a college degree, not because I don't want someone else to get out and get a college degree, not because I don't expect that of my kids, because when you know better, you do better, but because I want people to understand, I want you to understand that you've got to use what you got to get what you want. You cannot remain stuck in a place of excuses based on what you wish you had. Well, I wish I had a father who was very actively engaged in my life. I wished I had a father who wasn't an alcoholic. But wishing will not catapult me into the success that I'm destined to be. The only thing I can do is use what I have. The only thing I can do is focus on what I have right here in my arsenal. What do you have in your arsenal? Without having to go and get an extra degree, without having to go and get a certification, a piece of paper for someone to tell you that you're good enough, that yes, you are the expert. See, I went to school. It was the school of hard knocks. It was the school of real life. I know what it means to want something more, to want something greater, but you believe in your spirit and in your soul because of all the mess that you've gone through that you will always be stuck in a 10 by 10 cubicle without a window in a corporate environment. And that you will always be the little black girl who's at the front desk answering the phone instead of the person who has an office with a view. I know what that feels like. And I also know what it feels like to have everything deep inside of you yelling out, screaming out, there is so much more for you. But you silence that voice. You mute that voice because you are too wrapped up into all the negative self-talk that you've been telling yourself for year after year after year. See, it's your experiences, your life story, your truth that makes you valuable in the marketplace, especially to my service providers. See, as women, we'll go out and we'll buy a handbag in a heartbeat. We'll buy jewelry, we'll buy shoes, but so often we will not invest in the internal. And so a lot of my women entrepreneurs who are service-based providers have a challenge in getting people in the marketplace to value their internal as much as their external and say, I will invest in the internal. But you've got to come with your truth. Come with your story. Always tell your story. Don't ever shy away from it. I don't care if you're in a room of moms, stay-at-home moms, or if you're in a room full of mathematicians and engineers. Always walk in your truth. Always tell your story and never question whether or not you're the expert. Just last year, the earlier part of the year, I got a phone call one day, unexpectedly, and it was a gentleman on the other line, which for me was a little bit ironic because I primarily work with women. And I answered the phone, and he said, Miss Wood, I'm such and such, and this is my company. We are preparing for our 25-year anniversary of this corporation. And we're going to have a 2-day conference, and we're going to have a banquet event and all this stuff. And we want you to come in, and we want you to be the mistress of ceremonies. And we also want you to come in and moderate a 1-hour panel. So I said, wonderful, fantastic. I mean, talking is what I do. That's what I love to do. So I said, well, tell me a little bit more about your organization. Tell me, what it is that you're celebrating. And he starts to go into the description of the conference. And he says, well, our company specializes in metrology. I said, Mahu. And I kept listening. And I said, well, tell me a little bit more. And as he's explaining to me what this company does, a little bit, I am literally Googling on my laptop, what the heck is metrology? I didn't know what that was. I was hoping that I was pronouncing it correctly. And what I learned was that metrology is the science of measurement. And these were men who did a lot of work with aerospace and, I mean, just big stuff. PhDs, engineers, mathematicians, scientists. And I was like, why are they calling me? Because I was still questioning whether I was really enough. I was still questioning whether or not I was an expert in my own mind. See, in their mind, they viewed me as an expert. They viewed me as being good enough to come and run the show for 2 days, but I didn't believe it. And there was a big piece of me that wanted to say no. I mean, and they were paying a fat check and putting me up in a hotel. I mean, it was nice, but there was something internally that was still holding on to my internal mindset about what I lacked. Well, with a lot of prayer and consideration, I decided to take the challenge. And they hired me. I went to the event, and when I walked in the room, there was even more intimidation. Because I walked in and literally I was one of about 3 women in the room. It was a seriously male-dominated industry. And most of the people in the room, again, were men, but they were well-dressed Caucasian males. I was the only little brown girl in the room. I was like, what have I rolled up on? What have I gotten myself into here? And everything, all the fears started popping up in my mind. Do you know how you're like right on the cusp of doing something amazing? You're about to embark upon something new, and fear pops up and starts reminding you of everything you don't have. And fear started talking to me. It started having this conversation. Well, Cheryl, you know you don't have a college degree. You sure you're going to be able to pronounce those words correctly? All of this mess started coming up in my mind. And I had to mute the fear that was having the conversation with me. And I had to walk in my power to acknowledge that I was enough. Once I got in that space and I was willing to acknowledge that I could do this, I got on that stage and I commanded the stage. I got on the stage and I allowed who I am internally to be displayed externally. And I started telling myself throughout the day, you are enough. You are enough. You do not need to be validated by anyone else. You are already God validated. And midway through the first day of the conference, I'm walking down the hall. We broke for lunch. I'm walking down the hall because everybody's eating lunch. You know, it's a bunch of men. I figure I'll go up to my room and hang out until they're ready for me again. And as I'm walking down the hall, someone yells out, Cheryl, Cheryl. Now, my first thought was, who is rolling up on me in this hotel? Because I'm married. Like, who know me up in here? And I turn around, and it's this tall, very well-dressed gentleman. And he says, young lady, you are amazing. He said, young lady, you are so comfortable in your own skin. If I didn't know any better, I would think that you had known about metrology for the 25 years that we've been in business. Do you know what that did for this little brown girl from the projects of Baltimore? No, I didn't need validation from anyone else. No, I didn't need permission to walk in my greatness. But that was one of those defining moments that God allowed for me to finally be able to say with confidence and with belief that I was enough. Even though I didn't have a father all my life telling me I was enough. Even though I had watched my mother sacrifice her power because clearly she didn't believe she was enough. Even though I didn't get to have self-discovery like most kids when you graduate high school who get to go off to college for 4 years, that was a defining moment for me to stand in my power that I was enough. So I want to give you permission, starting right now, starting this hangout, to say, I am enough. Just put it in the feed. Say it out loud. I don't care where you're at. If you're at your computer at home, if you're watching TV with the iPhone and you're watching the Google Hangout, I don't care if your husband's sitting next to you, your kids, the dog, just say it out loud. I am enough. But you've got to say it with confidence and belief. And you've got to believe it and be able to say it out loud no matter who's in the room, no matter who's watching. You have to believe. And when you believe, there will be a transformation in your life and in your journey as an entrepreneur that you never expected to happen. Here's number 2. Don't waste another minute being the victim. Instead, become the victor. So don't tell your story from the same angle anymore after this hangout. Don't tell your story from an angle of being a victim anymore, about what happened to you, who did something to you. Don't tell it from that angle anymore. See, tonight I'm telling my story from an angle of being a victor, not a victim. I'm not wallowing in my past. The past is just that. It happened. It's the reality. It's my truth. But what I come here tonight to share with you is that you can be a victor over your past. That it doesn't matter what has happened. It doesn't matter what you've gone through. It doesn't matter who told you you're not good enough. It doesn't matter what you thought you weren't capable of. The only thing that matters is that you've made the decision to walk in your gifts. That you've made the decision that you're going to use everything that you've been gifted. And sometimes we undermine our own gifts and we make it seem like, oh, well, it's not that big of a deal. I used to do the same thing. When people told me, oh, you have a gift for speaking. Oh, really? And I would diminish the gift. God didn't give me the gift for me to diminish it. He gave me the gift so that I could let it shine brightly so that somebody else could see it and say, if she can do it, I can do it too. Period. The gift is not for me. Your gift is not for you. So you've got to stop telling your story from a place of being a victim. Stop telling your story from a place of hurt and pain and anguish and lack of, and instead tell your story from a place of triumph. And that includes in your business. Some of you have been in business and you've been struggling in business for a while, and there have been some things that have happened that you haven't been proud of. Maybe there's some clients who you wanted to serve and they didn't feel you were good enough. Maybe there are times when you fell down and you didn't want to get back up, or you didn't know how you were going to get back up. Okay, starting tonight, it's time to tell a different story. I went to a speaking event maybe 6 months ago. In fact, maybe it was less than 6 months ago. And I met this lady. She came up and she was telling me how, how my story and my presentation moved her. And then she immediately went into victim mode. She said, and this lady was in her 60s. And she said, when I was a young girl, I was molested. And she started to tell that story. And I said, stop. Don't tell that story from the mode of being a victim anymore after today. That should not be the first story that she's telling me. Her story should be a story of triumph. Her story should be something where she's telling me, guess what? I go out and I empower other young girls who perhaps have been through molestation. See, I want to hear that story because that is what brings energy. That is what makes you magnetic when you tell your story from a place of power and triumph and resilience and courage, not when you tell your story from a place of being a victim. So starting today, don't waste another minute being the victim. Instead, be the victor. Number 3, don't waste another minute hoarding a bucket load of ideas that you don't ever plan to execute. Some of y'all act real hungry. You're on every webinar, seminar, teleseminar, you're at every conference, everything you can get your hands on, you're real hungry. But you are not allowing the information to digest. You are never chewing and digesting. And therefore, you never get results. All you have is a whole bunch of books on your shelf with dust on it. All you have is a whole bunch of binders from conferences you've gone to, and you've done nothing with it. But yet, you're ready to sign up for the next session. You're ready to sign up for the next course. What have you done with what you already have? So you've got to be willing to execute. Now, if you've gone to a conference, if you've become a part of a program, and you have executed on those things that you learned, that's when it's time to move on to the next step. Not before. You have to master one thing before you move on to the next. Take one idea. If you allow yourself to be in a place of idea overwhelm, what happens is you become afraid to try anything. And all of a sudden you are talking yourself out of these amazing ideas that could become profitable for you, that could magnetize clients into your business. But because you're all over the place, you're not magnetizing clients who are the right fit. You're staying stuck and stagnant right where you are. And maybe you're 3 years in or 4 years in and you're still talking about, well, I just need to make more money. I just need to find some clients who don't want a homie hookup. Well, guess what? If you master one thing at a time, you will develop a level of credibility that will magnetize clients to you. See, I have mastered the art of speaking. I've mastered the business of speaking. It's the thing that I'm passionate about. Now, there are a whole lot of other things that I'm good at. I can tell you a little bit about sales. I can tell you a little bit about marketing. I can tell you a little bit about infrastructure. But I can tell you who the guru is for infrastructure, Darlene Brown. I can tell you who the guru for sales is, Shay. I can tell you who the guru for marketing is, Trevor. See, I can tell you who the guru is for helping you to get people who don't belong in your front row out of there. Stacy NC Grant. See, I know who the gurus are, who the go-to people are, who the masters are, but I also know what I'm the master at, and I stay in my lane. It's okay to know a little bit about a whole lot of things, but what are you the master at? Have you ever gone to a fitness place, right, or a gym, and you have people who are trainers, right? They're certified trainers. And then you have pro trainers, but you have master trainers. And those master trainers command premium levels, premium rates. How? Because not only do they look the part, they play the part, and they can get you to where you need to be. What is it that you are implementing in your business where you can consider yourself the master? Where not only are you talking about it, but you're walking the talk, you look the part, and people can see results from other people that you've worked with. See, having Dr. Jenna Dyson on tonight, and Martin Seka and Precious Williams, that alone allows me to say I'm the master trainer because they rocked it tonight. And I can sit back and smile and say, see, those are the results. I don't have to talk for myself. I don't have to speak about what I do. There's my credibility right there. So as Trevor Ott says, who are your branches? Who are the people who are displaying the results that prove what you bring to the table, that prove that you are indeed the master? I'm going to move on to the final two because we're getting late. Number 4, do not waste another minute scrounging for revenue and profits because you're so busy fishing in the pond that you fail to realize you can fish in the global ocean. Let me repeat that. Don't you dare waste another minute scrounging for revenue or profits because you're so busy fishing in the local pond that you fail to realize that you can fish in the global ocean. See, sometimes we get caught up in this space of believing that what's in a 30 to 50 mile radius is all that is available to me as an entrepreneur. And so you see these entrepreneurs who are like catfighting or like crabs in a barrel, and they're fighting for the same customers, the same clients. Well, that's my territory. They claiming territory. Really? There is a whole world out here that can be yours. You've got to fish in the global ocean. That's why you've got to become and stay a trailblazer. You've got to stay on top of what's current, such as these live stream events, these Google Hangouts, because it allows you to make global impact. You are now fishing in a global ocean instead of a local pond. And you don't have to feel like anybody else is your competition because even if you wanted to serve everybody in the world, you don't have the capacity to do it. So understand, recognize that you've got to stop minimizing your vision. You've got to stop minimizing what you can accomplish based on what you can see with your literal eye. You've got to maximize your vision, expand your reach. And here's another thing. When you are of a space of scarcity, meaning you think that what's in your zip code is all there is, or what's in your own region or your own city or your own state is all there is, you come off very desperate. And you might try to pass that off as being hungry for success, but I can tell you, clients can read through that and they will run in the opposite direction. You cannot be a desperatepreneur, right? And look, I can only talk about it because I've been there. I have been the desperatepreneur. Like, Lord, just let somebody buy something. I don't care if it's $5. Let me go back home and tell my husband I made something today. Like, I have been desperate, but customers and prospects can sense the desperation in your tone. They can sense the desperation in your body language that you are just praying that they sign up for something you got. A book, a CD, a audio, something. Take some money back home. But when you step out of that space and when you realize there's a global ocean of people who need what you have, you will stop diminishing your own value. As women, primarily, we have got to kick the habit of undervaluing our services and underpricing our services and products in the marketplace because we think nobody's going to buy it. Well, if you keep giving it away for free, if you keep diminishing your own value, if you keep giving the homie hookup, then of course that's what you are going to magnetize. But when you step up your game and you acknowledge, I am the master trainer in this industry, I am the master trainer in this thing, guess what? You will start magnetizing clients who are the right fit. I'll never forget, I was speaking at an event and I went to the event and I assumed what people would spend at this event, right? I was like, oh, these folks ain't gonna spend no money. I told myself that before I got there. I didn't even know the audience like that. Like I had never spoken to this audience before in this industry. But I was telling myself that, and really that was out of a fear of charging what I was worth. That was out of a fear of offering myself based on the value that I brought to the table because I was diminishing my own value. So I go to this conference, and I mean, I knock it out of the park, y'all. I bring the fire. I'm hype. I'm energetic. I give great content, and people are like, yes, yes, yes. So I had this little package that I offered. I think it was for like $67. $67. And I gave so much as a part of that package. And people were literally throwing the paper at me because for $67, they had to be like, what in the, is she crazy? I was. But let me tell you what happened. Immediately after that, somebody was speaking right behind me, and it was a guy. And I looked at his paper, his little sales sheet, before he went on stage, and I kind of peeked over, and it said his low tier was $567, and his high tier was like $997, something. And I was like, that poor man, he gonna walk up out here broke, busted, and disgusted. That's what I was telling myself. So he gets up on the stage, he does his spiel, he knocks it out of the park, he's really good at what he does. There were just as many people in the room who signed up for his $997 package as there was who signed up for my little $67 package. And guess who had to deliver more? The little girl who still had fear, still had self-limits and self-doubt, who didn't believe I was enough, who didn't add value based on the value that I would bring. And so he walked away with 10 times what I had in my pocket. And it was all because I didn't believe that I could charge a certain number. And I presumed what people would spend. So as you're out here and you're fishing, not in the local pond, but in the global ocean, don't ever assume what people can or cannot afford. Don't assume what people will spend. See, now I've realized that I bring a level of value that can't be touched. And that's not arrogance, it's confidence. It's confidence in knowing that when I work with my clients, I over-deliver. When I work with my clients, I pour all of me into them. When I work with my clients, it's not just about me saying, oh, I have a client and they're paying me a check. It is about, I need you to produce results because your results is what's going to prove my credibility. So I am invested. You've got to become invested in results that people get, not just the amount of the check. So stop fishing just in the local pond and realize that there's a global ocean, and as you go out into that global ocean, do not diminish your value. Put some premium rates out there and allow people who are ready for change in their life to say, I want what you have. If I had a bottle of water and it was the last bottle of water on the earth and you needed it to survive and you needed it to keep making it through, how much would you pay for that bottle of water? See, you've got to find the people who feel that way about what you bring to the table, that they feel like, you know what, you're about to save my life because of the value that you bring. So stop chasing down the people who will never invest in themselves. Stop chasing down the people who say, I want a homie hookup. And here's number 5, last but not least. Number 5, do not waste another minute hoping that you will get this thing right. Instead, live in a place of expectation that you will manifest your dreams by investing in yourself and learning the strategies that you need to win. Hope is a beautiful thing. Belief is a beautiful thing. Prayer is a wonderful thing. But after you get up off your knees, you then have to get out and work for it. You have to sacrifice. You have to invest. You have to live your life for a few years the way most people won't, so that you can then experience the success that most people will never achieve. There's a reason why less than 5% of the population experiences the level of success that they really want, because most people are too busy hoping for it instead of getting out there working for it. Most people are too busy whining about what they don't have instead of grinding for what they want. So you've got to invest in yourself. And as you invest and as you continue with focus and concentration and strategy and determination and divorcing what doesn't work and adding some EDs onto the end of some things, you know, moving from, oh, I'm brainstorming, I'm thinking, I'm planning, I'm creating, over to, oh, I brainstormed, I created, I completed, I executed, get some things done. You've got to invest in you. And that's what the Playtime is Over 2-day Women in Business Conference is geared to. It's geared to the woman who says, I'm ready to stop playing. I'm ready to be serious about my present. I'm ready to be serious about my future. I'm ready to be serious about generating wealth and creating generational wealth for my family and for the future of my family. I am ready to get serious about spreading my message and sharing my voice and impacting lives. I am ready to get serious about creating a legacy because I deserve it. And I deserve not to leave this place until I have made my mark, until I know for sure that I have poured all of me into this earth so that somebody else is impacted and transformed to become the person that they are destined to become. So folks, Playtime is over. Don't waste another second, another minute, another hour, another day, another week, another month, another year talking about what you want to do. Get it done. Playtime is over.
Woo-hoo! All right, Cheryl. Listen, need I say any more? Playtime is over. No excuses. The time is now, right? I love. So tell me, oh man, what was your takeaway? What was your takeaway? I want you to post it right now in the private, elusive, exclusive Che and Trevor group. I'm going over there and I'm going to start reading. I see Beverly Richbow. No more homie hookups. That's right. Know your value, know your worth, and don't be scared to charge for it. Cheryl, I love that. What is it? $69 story. Amazing.
You know, I was hot rolling up out of there. I was angry.
I know you were.
A black woman.
I know that's right. But look, that didn't happen again. And let's see. John McClung says, do not diminish your worth. That's what I'm talking about. Don't diminish your worth. You got to know your value and ask for it. Catherine Weathersby says that she loves the $67 packet story. Kim Capes, how are you, sweetie? Don't ever assume what people can afford. I know that's right. I'm always like, ask for what you know you're worth. And those who can afford it will show up. And those who want to make the investment will do that. Isn't that right, Cheryl?
Amen. Hallelujah. I got tired of coming home telling my husband I have been gone all day and ain't come back with no money. What? He was like, look here, you got some money or we going to be going to divorce court.
I know, that's right. Beverly says, never assume what people can spend. Victoria says, what are you believing about you and your services? I know that's right. I mean, they are out there posting. Tammy Washington, oh, she had a question about, let's see, Annette Jarrett, stop diminishing your value. I know that's right. Know your worth. Oh my God. Yes, you do, Cheryl. You always bring the fire. That's what Kim Capey says. And kick the habit of undervaluing your services, Beverly. Stop diminishing our own value. I mean, they are out there just loving. Listen, if you keep giving the homie hookup, that's what you are going to magnetize. That's what Catherine says. That's true. You'll attract that to you. People won't want to buy nothing. They want to get everything for free. Tamika Hill, it's time to step up your game. Oh man, just they are just LaDonna Martin, I know that feeling. Thank you, Cheryl, for shooting straight from the hip. And Ashley, hi Ashley, you cannot be a desperate, what is it? Desperatepreneur? That's a good one. Don't be a
Entrepreneur.
desperatepreneur. Oh my goodness. Stop minimizing your vision and expand your reach. That's Kim Capey's. I mean, just so much great content. Stop minimizing your vision. Fish in the global pool. And that's why we love the Google Hangout, because it is a global audience. People watching you from all over the world and other continents. She says, don't waste another minute fishing in the pond when we can fish in the global ocean. I'm just loving. Oh, here's what Catherine Weathersby said. Who are your branches? That's so important. It's time to digest our learning. Just so much. Master one idea at a time. Thank you for sharing that, Ashley. Oh, Terrence Lethbridge. Take one idea at a time. John McClung, do not undermine your gifts. I mean, they are out there, Cheryl. Just your message always resonates, and I love Playtime is over, because that's exactly what it means. Stop making excuses. Stop wasting time. Master one thing before you go to the next. Don't underestimate your gifts. Know your value. Don't be doing the homie hookups. I mean, you just got so much information tonight. Oh, amazing, amazing. And this is just a peek, just a tease, just a taste of what you're going to get at the 2-day Playtime is Over conference. You want to make sure you get your tickets. If you haven't already gotten it, because I know that it's going to be a sold-out event, so there's only a few tickets left, you want to go to PTIO, which stands for Playtime is Over conference.com. You'll be able to get your tickets, and you definitely want to stay engaged and stay connected with Cheryl Wood here on Facebook. She's delivered an amazing message. The speakers that are going to be there, and of course you're going to hear from, in a few moments, my sister Stacy NC Grant, who is the mistress of ceremonies. So I don't need to say anything else. You want to go on over to PTIOconference.com, get your tickets so that you can be in the house on October 31st and November 1st in Arlington, Virginia. Isn't that right, Cheryl?
That's right. Let's do this thing. We are already over halfway sold out. And what people might not know is that the room that we selected for this event only seats 100. We are almost at the 60 mark of tickets sold. So we are still 3 months out from the conference. And I'm encouraging you, I'm urging you to get on board while you can. We will sell out. The room will be packed. And so if you are ready to play bigger, if you're ready to stop creating excuses, then get out there and get your tickets. Stop telling me why you can't and create reasons why you must. Get out there and find a way to get what you want. And to be truthful, Darlene, we've made this such an easy yes for people. If you go to PTIOconference.com, the price point on this, when I say my coaches, because a coach has to have a coach, my coaches are like, you done lost your mind. Why are you giving this, that's what they called it, giving this at this price point? And here's the thing. I've been in the shoes of a lot of women and moms who want life transformation. And I've been there 5 years ago when I couldn't afford to spend $1,000 on a ticket for a conference. And sometimes I just couldn't go. I had to just be a virtual student and look at their websites and be a part of the free things that they did. But you had better believe that that didn't stop me from investing in me at all. I didn't just say, well, I can't afford to go to the $1,000 conference, so I'm not going to any conference. No. I found what I could afford, what fit into my budget at that time. And so this price point, the general tickets are only $129. That's it. And the
What?
VIP, yes, this is a 2-day conference. The
Whoa.
VIP ticket is only $249. That is unheard of. But we are giving you the opportunity to say yes to yourself. When we say no more excuses, don't give me the excuse that you can't afford it. Because if you stop eating Starbucks every day, drinking Starbucks every day, just for a month, you can afford this ticket. So stop using the excuses of why you can't. We have eliminated the excuse for you, and we've even made it easier by breaking it down where you can pay in 2 payments or 3 payments. So there is no reason why everyone who is dialed into this hangout tonight should not be racing over to ptioconference.com to at least reserve your ticket, even with just a deposit. We will sell out, and I promise you will regret that you didn't say yes to yourself. But I'm not in the business of convincing people. I'm not in the
Right.
business of convincing people to invest in themselves. I've invested thousands, and I gotta whisper this because my husband don't even know some of this, but I've invested thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in my own growth as an entrepreneur. That's how I've experienced the level of success that I've been able to experience in such a short window in 5 years. And I've invested thousands and thousands of hours. So I can't convince someone else to believe that they are enough, to believe that their dream or their vision is enough to say yes to it. But if you know that's you, if you know that you're ready and you know that you're done creating excuses and you're not going to waste another minute creating excuses and that playtime is over, then just go over and reserve your seat.
I'm telling you, that's what you need to do. And needless to say, if you've been with us all night for the hangout, you see the inspiration. You've heard the messages. Dr. Jenna Dyson, Precious Williams, Martin Seika. You know that Stacy NC Grant is the mistress of ceremonies, and you've heard her speak many times. You've heard Cheryl Wood. You owe it to yourself to invest in yourself. No more excuses. The time is now. This is your time. And this is the moment that matters the most. This is what Precious says. So I would encourage you to go over so that you can take advantage. And at that price, I'm telling you, you're getting more than your money's worth. More than your money's worth. What do you have to say about that, Martin? Are you there with us?
I think he's muted.
Yeah.
Hello? Can you?
Yep, there you go. Oh, hang on. Martin, looks like he got muted back.
Am
Yes,
I
can you
on?
hear? Okay, you're on. How are you?
All
What do
right.
you got to say about that message from Cheryl?
Amazing. I'm taking down notes. Every time I hear this woman, she just fires me up. I won't be able to sleep again tonight. I'll be up till 3, so give me a call. Uh, anytime you can glean from a pioneer, from somebody who's doing the deed, glean. It's
Yeah.
not the price. I'm with Cheryl. It's not the price. If you're looking at the price, you're looking at the wrong thing. You have to look at the value.
Right.
In 2 days, your life could change forever. It could pivot you, direct you into a different place where you want to be. One thing, one speaker, one phrase, one moment with somebody on stage or even off stage can change your. You don't want to miss this. I still can't believe that she called me. She said, "Martin, you want to go?" I said, "I've never been to Virginia, but I'll take my boots and I'm gone." So I'm telling you, you've got to go. You've got
Yeah.
to go. You know, it's been 5 years since I've seen my mentor, and she's making such an impact in me from where she's at to Texas. And it would be a true honor to actually take a photo to say, I actually have the honor of calling Cheryl Wood my friend. So you don't want to miss this. It's beyond networking. It's relationship building in order for us to move to the next level. We've been under too long. We've been
Yes,
under too
yeah.
long, and we need to move forward. And this is a perfect way, a perfect place, a perfect time to get things done and move forward. So thank you, ladies. It has been an honor. It has been
All
an honor.
right. All right. Well, you know what? This has been an amazing night, but it won't be complete unless we hear from my sis, the mistress of ceremonies, Stacy NC Grant. She will be the mistress of ceremonies for the Playtime is Over conference. Woo! So excited about that. Yes, absolutely, absolutely, and I'm really excited as well. Just not all the speakers, but being able to support Cheryl in this vision. That's excitement for me. You know, I really, really believe in her and what she has done, and more importantly, that she's not a person who's just telling you. You actually see her doing it. So that's proof is in the pudding right there. Stacy!
Hey, hey, look.
Hey, hey!
I'm too excited tonight. You know, this has been incredible listening to the Sizzle speakers. You know, I'm just impromptu. You never know what's going to go down. So I had to put that little music in there, and I'm looking for it again. You didn't know I was a DJ, too, but I'm about to turn my own music up.
Yeah!
Yes.
I tell you. First, I just want to pause for a moment because we have a lot of people tuning in to listen to this broadcast tonight, to understand Playtime is over. See, like-minded people hang around each other to learn from each other, to sharpen each other's saw. And someone like Darlene, who knows what it means to be a cheerleader, to be in a corner for someone, to really, you know, corner woman Wilson, she's probably out there too cheering folks on. But Darlene, you know, you opened up and you led because you believe in what Cheryl's doing. You were there having that cup of coffee when that vision was given to Cheryl. Understanding that when we're able to see a bigger picture for someone than they can see in that moment, we're a part of helping them push their destiny to the next level. So congratulations to you, Darlene, just for who you are. You know I love you. And I thank God for you because you are true to the bone. From the inside out, you are always there. You're doing phenomenal transformational work in this world. And I just am blessed to be able to have you as a sister. Now,
thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, Sizzle speakers, I tell you, your coach has been teaching you a thing or two because you brought it tonight. I mean, Dr. Jenna, this is the first time I'm getting to meet you and Precious virtually. And I am just so excited to be able to see you in person at Playtime is Over because what you're doing, and I don't know if you realize that the work and the words that you're sharing is literally going to transform lives of not just people here in the United States. See, Playtime is Over is going global and viral, and your words are crucial to the lives of those who are going to be touched by it. And my brother Martin Sanker, jalapeno pepper, baby, you got it going on. I love your energy, your passion, your living your words, your understanding. Martin, we conversed online just a few times in email. I can feel how serious you are about this work. This is not a game for you. This is your life's work. And that's what you're bringing to the table to really let other people know, representing for the men, of course, but letting all of us understand that that passion, that desire, using those 4 Ds that you gave, it's going to explode on October 31st and November 1st. And now, Cheryl Wood, because you had the courage to share your story, because you knew that you had to push past those feelings of, am I enough? Doors have been opened for you. Doors are waiting for you. Opportunities are still coming to you that you don't even realize because you declared and decreed that Playtime is over. Does it mean there hasn't been a challenge? Does it mean that you have not been tested? Absolutely not. But what it means is Cheryl Wood is still standing because she's standing in her truth. She is standing in her authentic story. She is standing in the new best version of herself. See, that's why I'm honored to be a part of Playtime is Over. That's why I'm bringing my A game to be able to navigate those who are going to invest in themselves to be a part of this conference. When I hit that microphone, nobody can do what I can do because that's my assignment. I can't do Martin's job. I can't do Cheryl's job. I can't do Darlene's job. But bet you can believe that I'm going to do Stacy NC Grant's job because I know that what I've been given isn't for me, as Cheryl said. What is done is been able to help others transform, change, shift, think bigger, act bigger, own their own power. Before we got on this broadcast tonight, I was spending some time with my family because, once again, I've been on the road with some people you know up all night. But I came back home and I said, you know, I was watching this documentary and I was shocked to hear the information that was being shared on this documentary. They were talking about sports and they were talking about cheerleaders. Now, I've never really paid attention to the professional lives of cheerleaders, and maybe some of you out there are like, Stacy, really? What's that about? I'm just newly getting into even watching football because God has a sense of humor and both my sons play football. But anyway, watching this documentary, I'm looking at a lawsuit ultimately that was launched because these young women felt it was an insult and an atrocity for these cheerleaders who are supposed to be professional NFL cheerleaders to get paid something like $125 a game. Are you kidding me? With the amount of practices, with the amount of investment they need to do in their uniform, and I was just looking shocked. Now, I did a little cheerleading in high school, never took it that serious, but there are these young girls that grow up, can't wait to be a part of the well-known cheer squads for a major national football league. Here's what the clincher is. The mascots, now listen to me carefully, the mascots for these NFL teams get paid close to $35,000 a year, and the cheerleaders who are doing triple or maybe quadruple the work are only getting paid $125 a game. I was baffled. My mouth just dropped. I said, huh? This is what's going on in the year 2014, that we don't understand our value, we don't understand our worth, and it's the first time that someone is actually bringing this to the attention of the NFL and actually launching a suit to say, why are women being treated this way? When you look at the things that I learned in this documentary on a contract they have to sign and the things that they have to do, I said, oh my goodness, I could not believe it. My husband turned to me and he said, baby, this is why you need to do what you do. This is why you need to help the women you've been assigned to help. This is why the young girls need to hear messages like Dr. Jenna and like Precious, like Cheryl Wood, to know that there's more for them, to know that they don't have to settle for somebody's low expectation of who they are and what they can bring. Because I can't for the life of me understand how some of these girls have put themselves through such a demeaning situation for the elusive declaration of being one of these cheerleaders and dancers for an NFL team for a company that doesn't value you. What? I cannot sleep until I do my job on this planet, which is allowing women to understand their value and their worth. Now, this might not mean anything to you, but it means the world to me to know that there are women out here in the universe who don't understand their power. There are women who, as Cheryl talked about, dimming their light and putting the shades on because they never had anyone tell them that they could. They don't have a frame of reference for what's possible in their life. There's no one around them who has achieved any level of success. See, Playtime is over is not a game. This conference is going to show so many other people, not just those who attend, those who will be able to touch it virtually, those who will be able to share the takeaways, those who are going to walk out and not let it get dusty and not let their goals and their dreams sit and curl up in a corner somewhere, but they're going to move with the information, with all of the materials, with all of the processes, with all of the systems that are going to change their life. Because if one woman's voice is not heard, if one woman's voice is silent, if one woman's voice is left not dreaming, then my work is not done. Then Cheryl's work is not done. Then Dr. Jenna's work is not done. Then Precious' work is not done. Then Martin's work is not done. Because everybody has their assignment. You are put on this planet with a specific gifting. There's a song that says your gifting looks good on you. And I'm here to tell you it looks good on you as long as you can see the reflection in the mirror. And that's what you're going to learn about when you come to this conference, when you meet the speakers on the platform, when you understand that the love is in the details, that when we process and put together everything that comes out of this experience, you will not leave the way you came. So don't be afraid to take the next step to invest. And because I'm just on fire tonight, I'm not turning down for nobody. I'm in the middle of offering a special program for those who are willing. The one thing I know for sure that all of my mentors have told me, work with the willing. So the next group that I'm working with, Cheryl, I'm about to put it out there right now. They will have the opportunity for me to pay for their registration if they're a part of my next series. I will give them a VIP registration to come down with me to the conference if they're willing to invest now. As Change Trevor would say, the universe only rewards those who take action now. So I'm not really interested in those who are going to make an excuse. Those who are saying it's not convenient. I don't know if I can get there. You will get there any way you can. When I'm hanging out with Les and he's talking about his early days and how he sold frog legs on a bus so he could get to his first conference, to be able to be around the people who were speaking and doing the things that he wanted to do. He knew that it was non-negotiable to show up and be there. Somebody's blessing, somebody's breakthrough is about to go down. Somebody understands it's not about affording to get there. You can't afford not to be there. You can't afford to miss the opportunity to hear the authentic, transformational information that is going to happen within the corners of those walls. Playtime is over. There's no more time to sit casually by and watch your life pass you by. Life is precious. You heard Cheryl talk about that. You heard all the speakers talking about the urgency of now. You heard tonight something is resonating with you. I hope you are really uncomfortable by the time I shut my mouth. I hope you can't sleep tonight because you know that there's more. You know that you are here for a reason. You put something on the shelf, you put the pause button on it, and now it's time for you to turn it up. Now it's time for you to make that decision for yourself to say, no more. I'm not going to wait anymore. I'm not going to wait for it to be perfect. I'm not going to wait for the money to line up in the bank account. Make the decision and the intention to be there and watch how things will fall into place. When you move with that intention, what you are seeking is also seeking you. Put that in the feed right now. Hashtag, what you are seeking is also seeking you. See, I probably won't sleep again for another couple of days because when you're on fire, when something is burning deep down in your soul, when you know through every fiber of your being that you are on a mission, that there's no stopping you, there's no turning back, there's no questioning yourself anymore, you realize that you're enough, you realize what you have, and you're about to take it to the next level, you don't let anything stop you. Go hard or go home, baby. That's my screensaver. Go hard or go home. Playtime is over. So if you're really serious tonight, we spent an amazing night together, and you want to continue this conversation, if you want to take advantage of, and Cheryl, I'm going to give 10 VIP registration for those who sign up with my special program, It's Now or Never, Your Dreams Can't Wait. See, I can't sit around working with the folks who are deciding whether or not it's time. No, you know it's time. If you know that you want to get something done over the next 21 days, if you know you want this third quarter to get to the next stratosphere, if you know you want to finish 2014 on top, then let's have a conversation. Let's pause right now. You can go to my website, www.stacyncgrant.com. That's www.stacyncgrant.com. When you get there, just focus on the pop-up. Just go on right there and just click on the pop-up. You'll see this nice image come up about the session. And I want you to click on it. I want you to read just a little bit about what we'll do. And talk to yourself right now and say, am I really ready to play full out? Do I want to go through this and show up with Stacy at Cheryl's conference? She's going to give me a VIP registration as a result of being a part of this Google Hangout. And the offer expires by the time you get up in the morning. So I'm just going to let you know that now. But if you're serious and if you really want to work together in this way, go ahead and click on it right now. And you'll have the opportunity to be a part of my It's Now or Never series. And I'm going to take 10 of you as VIPs with me who join up for this program tonight, not tomorrow night, not tomorrow afternoon, tonight with me to Playtime is Over with Cheryl Wood. because I want to see those success stories there. I want you to walk in that room and say, Cheryl, what you got for me? I'm ready to eat it up. This is my time. I know it's my time. It's now or never. My dreams can't wait because playtime is over. So if you're serious, let's make it happen tonight. If you can't figure it out after hearing everything that you've heard tonight, well, I'm going to say a prayer for you. I'm going to lay hands on you, and I'm going to hope that all come together for good. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm only working with the willing. I'm only working with those who are ready to go to that next level. I'm going to pour into you. We're going to do some work. We're going to do some discovery. We're going to go through some discipline development. We are going to go through deliverance together. And ultimately, you're going to walk out of this opportunity with a way in which you can craft your story of success. And you got some bonuses that'll be involved. I have Mr. Les Brown himself doing a special presentation and some other special guests that I have not announced. But this is really only for the people that can feel me right now and know that I have been put here to serve you. And if it's not me, that's fine, but make an investment in somebody, honey, because there's no time to play. Playtime is over. So 10 of you get a chance to come with me to Playtime is over if you make that investment tonight. But just know the words that you've heard from Cheryl Wood, from her Sizzle speakers, from my sister Darlene. This is what we do. We eat this for breakfast. This is what we do. We live this with every fiber of our being. This is what we do. We wake up ready to do this work because we understand the urgency of now, this life, this breath that God has given us. It's a gift. And I never want to take this gift for granted. And I want to work with those who want to hear the same words I want to hear. Well done, my good and faithful servant. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Woo-hoo! Drop the mic! Fire! Okay, I need a fire extinguisher. It's smoking up in here. Woo-wee, my girl, my sis. Woo-hoo! So, need we say more, Cheryl? They need to listen. Honey, like she said, they ain't ready. This is just a taste. Just a teaser. This is what you gonna get. We ain't even skimmed the surface. We talking 2 days.
But did you hear the special? Did you?
Yes.
Are y'all kidding me? Are you kidding me? You better run over. Let me, StacyNCGrant.com. She's gonna bring 10 people with her to the conference. Yeah. But you don't just get to come to the conference with this amazing woman. You're gonna get time with her as she pours into you. Everything that she's learned from investing in herself. She has been with the gurus of all gurus. Every time I look on a page when she with Les Brand, I'm like, well, dang, could I get with him one time? Could I just get one? Could I just be a sideliner? Could I be an opening act? But she hangs out with people of greatness who are pouring into her, and she is going to take all of that and pour it into you. Do you understand the value of that? And you're going to get a ticket? Oh, see, somebody just pinch me because this can't be real. Stacy, if they want to get on the special, I know you said StacyNCGrant.com. Is there somewhere specific on the site that they need to go?
It'll pop up right there for them, and it'll take them straight to the page where they can register. So we made it nice and easy for you to go there. And if they have any questions, I'm telling you, Cheryl, it's going to be up. I want 10 serious people. Like, I want to roll up in there with 10 people who are ready to take all of your information. And if they have some issues with cash flow, guess what, Cheryl? I've made it so easy that all they have to put down is $1 down tonight. Just to show me that they're serious. Just to show me they're serious.
I can't even talk. I'm like stuttering. And it's not often that I don't have nothing to say, but I'm looking at this and I'm saying, you kidding me? A 4-part coaching series? Wow. A one-on-one personal interview with Stacy NC Grant? Tom was for a book project? Are you kidding me? For this price point? And you getting a VIP ticket? Oh, see, somebody bumped their head. See,
they really have.
Look, I'm telling you, I have been in this phenomenal woman space. If you see what you're feeling, the vibe you're getting just from hearing her on this live stream event, it's going to be 10 times that power in person when you get to connect with her at the conference. It's going to be 10 times that power when you get her one-on-one, when you get her through this coaching series. Playtime is over. She is making it an easy yes for you. You can put $1 down today. Let me tell you something. It's my conference, and I'm about to put my dollar down.
Right.
Because I want the package. I want the It's Now Another package. I'm not even playing. It's my conference, and I want the package. Because what I understand is that as an entrepreneur, I am always a student. But I get to choose who I am a student of. And what I can say is that it will be my honor, my privilege to be a student who is training under Stacy NC Grant. Don't ever think that you have arrived to the point where you don't have to say, oh, I can gain value from this person's expertise. Stacy brings a level of excellence and a value that is incomparable. She can teach you things that I can't teach you because we teach on two different levels. She has been with the best of the best of the best, and I'm sure she has content that even I can't pour into you. So I'm telling you, take advantage of this easy yes, $1 down, or you can put the whole amount up. But for you to get this package and this time with Stacy and a VIP ticket to my conference is unheard of. I'm telling y'all this. Next year for the conference, you are not going to get this some foolishness right here. Don't even expect it. Don't look for it. It ain't happening. You better get on the train now because this some foolishness.
I was going to say.
I'm getting some texts from my team like, what in the world did you just do? But
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, it's unbelievable. I'm like, really? Ooh,
That's what I'm saying. I'm signing up for the package, and it's my conference.
Yeah, I'm like, you better do it. You know, I got a text while you were speaking, and this is from Toy Parker to Cheryl.
Ooh,
She
out to
sends her love and her support. She's on the road, but she wanted to know that she was listening.
that
Toy.
sister.
And
Toy
that's
is amazing. She is
Yes, she
always
is.
supporting. And Darlene, can I give a shout out to some people who have taken action? Because what Shay always says, the universe rewards those who take action. I got to give a huge shout out to Kimberly Morgan, to Regina Robinson, and to, it's coming up as Mark of Success, LLC. I don't know who the person is, the name, but these three individuals have said yes, and they have registered for the conference tonight.
okay.
Kudos to you for saying yes to investing in yourself. When you decide to take an offer like what Stacy is offering, or an offer to come to a conference, you are not investing in the person who is doing the training. You are investing in yourself. And that's an investment that no one can ever take away from you. The knowledge that you're going to get, the strategies, the tips, the tools you're going to get from Stacy NC Grant when you sign up for the package that she's offering you is going to be priceless. You cannot put a price tag on it. Say yes to yourself. With just $1 down, you can get in on this offer. But she's telling you now, it is only up until the morning.
That's right.
So you snooze, you lose.
Right. You don't want to wait. Go ahead and pay $1. Get all this
Right.
great content. I'm just saying.
There's some foolishness.
There's some
Just
foolishness. Mark your calendars. Take advantage of this. Be there. The time is now. Listen, as she says, go hard or go home. Playtime is over. You
Yes.
got just a little taste of what is going to be happening at the 2-day Playtime is Over conference. Make sure that you register. Make sure you're there. Make sure that you share this opportunity with those in your circle. Who are the 5 people in your circle? You want them not to miss out on this information. I thank everybody. Everybody was so amazing. Martin, I know that Dr. Jenna Dyson and Precious Williams, their messages were just amazing. The information that was shared. I'm inspired. I'm fired up. I'm not turning down. Turn down for what?
For what?
Not happening. Not happening. Playtime is over. The time is now. Get yourself disciplined so you can have self mastery and you can concentrate and focus. Listen, amazing information. Thank you so much, Cheryl Wood, for allowing me to host tonight's Google Hangout with you and the amazing people that are going to be speaking at the conference. Make sure that you register. Get your ticket. You can go to PTIO conference.com. It's out there in the private, elusive, exclusive Che and Trevor group, so you can click on that. You heard the special that Stacy NC Grant is offering. I don't know who would not want to take advantage of that. 10. Listen, I've been around this woman, and trust me, you want to take action on that to be able to get that coaching, that one-on-one time with her. Trust me, it's you're gonna be so blessed, and she's doing it for $1 down. You go borrow that.
Listen,
You can scrape up
listen.
100 pennies for that.
You know her people gonna cut her.
They really are. I've never seen her do anything like this, so you really want to take advantage of it. But before we leave, if there's any questions or last minute comments, I was out there. I know that many of you were putting your comments out in the feed. Kim Capey's just saying hello. She loved the information. Harriet Gibbs, who talked about what you are seeking is also seeking you. That came from Stacy NC Grant, of course. Trevor Otts, our marketing guru, says it was a great job. Elise, let me see, I gotta get these names right. Elizan Warren Russell. She says, don't feel that you have to remain fishing in the pond when you could be fishing in the global ocean. That's from Cheryl Wood. Keisha Jefferson, what you are seeking is also seeking you. And of course, we want to close it out with go home or go hard. Go home, no, go hard or go home. So the time is now. Playtime is over. We're going to turn it up. Turn down for what? We not. Make your dreams a reality. Get your ticket. Be at this conference. 2 days. Tons of information. An opportunity to get fed, to get content, to get ideas shared, to network, to be up close and personal with some of these speakers that you've heard and some who I'm sure you'll be hearing from in the next couple of weeks as we turn it up, as we get closer and closer to that day. Turn it up. So you ready to close us out? Thank you, everyone that tuned in. Big shout out to Che Brown and Trevor Otts. This could not be done without them and their training and their technology.
Yes.
Have to give you all. You do so much behind the scenes, and so thank you so much. Hey, Cheryl, I'm gonna turn it over to you to the last parting words for the audience out there. They need to just PTI conference, PTIOconference.com.
PTIO. Thank you.
Yes.
Trevor and Shay, and to you, Darlene, for spending your time. I did not think we were going to do this till midnight, like crazy. I mean, like passionate Trevor and Shay. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Martin. He has hung in there with us the whole time. Thanks to Jenna and to Precious for sharing your gifts. Look, 5 years ago, all of this was just a possibility. It was just a possibility. I was just tired of sitting in a 10 by 10 cubicle every day with no window where I was punching a time clock and building somebody else's dream. It was just a possibility that maybe I could do something different. Maybe I could have a different life if I tried. I didn't know how hard it was going to be. I didn't know who was going to come into my life. I didn't know what doors God was going to open. But when I tell you that when you put both feet in, not one in and one out, maybe I'm thinking about it, let me think about it some more. When you put both feet in and say, I'm in it, I surrender and I give myself to the possibility of becoming great, God will then take it from there. He will open doors that you could never open on your own. He will place you in circles of greatness that no amount of money could place you in. He will do for you what you can only lay your head on your pillow and dream about. And so to see my life so different now than what it was 5 years ago when I was dropping my kids off at 6 o'clock in the morning and crying every day before I went to work. And now to be able to walk them little musketeers up to school at 9 o'clock and pick them up at 3:30, and to be able to travel the world and share stages and platforms like this with great women like you, Darlene, and you, Stacy, and with Martin, and with Trevor and Shay and Les Brown. And you can't even imagine what that has done for a little brown girl from the projects of Baltimore. I lay my head on my pillow at night and tears just stream down my face because of the level of gratitude that God gave me the strength to see beyond my past and to see what I was capable of in the present. To know that I didn't have to be a victim of my environment or what I was born into, that I could choose. It's the power of choice to embrace fear, to embrace all the mess that had happened in my life, and to focus more on nurturing a possibility than on wallowing in pity. So if you're ready, you know playtime is over. You can do the same. Embrace your possibilities instead of wallowing in pity. Playtime is over, baby. Playtime is over. Keep telling yourself every day that you wake up, that you open your eyes, playtime is over. I'm going to make today amazing. It's going to be the best day ever. I'm going to pour all of me so that I can live the life of my dreams. And I can live in a place of expectation because I'm not just praying for it, I'm working for it. Playtime is over, baby. Playtime is over.
Love it.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. And on that note, before we go, I just want to let everyone know, make sure you register, make sure you get your tickets. It's PTIOconference.com and, of course, StacyNCGrant.com. And I want to also just let you know there's some content out in the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group. It is for a conference that will be coming up in September 13th. It's the For Divas World Conference, where none other than Cheryl Wood, Stacy NC Grant, myself, Dr. Lawana Gladney, and several others. So if you're interested, I want you to text Amazing Women to 240-428-6333. Text Amazing Woman to 240-428-6333 so that you can get information about how to participate in that conference. For Divas. Well, that's all she wrote. The pencil broke. I've always wanted to say that statement.
I know, I'm cracking up. I said she couldn't wait to get that one out.
I can't wait that one. It is now 12:01 a.m. I think this was the 3-hour Google Hangout, but it was worth every minute. I didn't take you to 3 a.m. So sorry, Martin. I didn't take it to 1 a.m. But you got fed. You got fed, and you got a good feeling of why you should be at that conference. So be sure. PTIOconference.com. Register. Get your ticket. October 31st, November 1st. Arlington, Virginia. You don't want to miss it. I'm Darlene Brown, and blessings to everyone that has tuned in. We will still be going back in the Che and Trevor group to comment and to like your comments and to answer any questions. God bless and good night.
I love you, ladies. I love you, Mark.
Love you.
Take care.
Love you.
Thank you.
Bye, Coach.
Bye.
Bye.
Look, one more time for the road.
Yes. Turn down for what? I love it. There you go. Good night, ladies.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. Love you,
Good night.
Sarah. Love you, Dr.
Love you. Love
Thank
you.
you, Darlene. Love you.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.